Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Only Football Podcast. We got the Bucks. Mike Evans. Oh, he had it in his hands and he dropped it. Mike Evans almost caught a touchdown right there, and it looks like he should have. Right in the corner of the end zone. The Bucks are going to have to settle for 3, and just looks like Mike Evans. Looks like number 21 was able to get a hand in there right before he could reel it in. I mean, he catches this ball 9 out of 10 times. I'm a little shocked. And Chase McLaughlin is going to kick this one. And it is good. 33-yard attempt is good. And we have ourselves a tie ball game. I mean, it's interesting to see what happens in this game. What would be the most interesting outcome? Would it be that the Bucks are better than we thought, or will it be that the Eagles are not the same team they were last year? I mean, because there has to be some kind of overreaction, right? When I think the reality is, a little less exciting. Maybe the Eagles have come down a little bit compared to where they were at last year. And maybe Baker Mayfield's playing a little bit better than we thought, right? But I wouldn't go extreme on both ends, personally. So I got Mike Evans on my fantasy team. So that drop touchdown actually hurt me double because I got DeAndre Swift for the Eagles, and I thought, hey man, they're gonna have to give it to DeAndre Swift. So far, Mike Evans has 2 catches for 13 yards, only 3.3 fantasy points in a PPR league. So hopefully he'll pump those numbers up a little bit in the second half. And then DeAndre Swift, 38 yards on the ground. Let me see if he caught anything. Let me take a look. Doesn't say he had any receptions yet. He's got 5 attempts for 38 yards. Wow. That's pretty good. 5 attempts for 38 yards. I mean, he's averaging over 5 yards a carry. Over 6 yards a carry. 7 yards a carry. He's averaging like 7.3 yards a carry right now, something like that. So excited to see. I love having an offensive player on both sides. And Jinja, what's up, Kyle? Rough day at the stadium yesterday. Besides Tyler banging that blonde. Oh, it was a rough day at the office. It was a rough day. It did not go very well for any Denver fans, and that environment was rough. Especially you get put up 70 points. I mean, that's just too many points, man. Too many points. Hasn't happened since 1967. We're going to talk about that later on. Man, we got a lot of news to catch you up on. There's just been a lot going on. Right, so football falls off the tee. Kicker comes out, puts it back on the tee. And Jalen Hurts stands on the sideline awaiting to get into this game. 8:33 left in the second quarter. Try to get some points. You only got 3 points in the first half so far. For the Buccaneers and their defense, that is a big win right there. But for this Eagles offense, they're going to try to get it going here. You can only hold them to 3 for so long. Eventually, this offense will get in a groove, and special teams coverage is great on this play. He won't even make it to the 20-yard line. The Bucks are playing good football right now. A lot of people thought maybe the Bucks will be the number 1 overall pick, and this is the first Bucks game that I'm going to actually sit through and watch and study. So, we know that Tom Brady was barely able to get into the playoffs with this team. So I think we thought, well, Baker Mayfield's worse than him. But don't forget, this team won a Super Bowl, 2 years ago. So it's not too far removed. This is going to go to Gainwell, and it's going to be a little dump off pass in the middle of the field. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. And then they just said a 70 burger is brutal. I can't believe my Colts pulled out the win. You got to really, man, I know I was sitting next to somebody that kept giving me score updates. He kept saying, oh, the Jaguars are losing to the Texans. And I was like, really? They'll come back and win. There was just so many upsets. I mean, I can't wait to talk about it all. 2nd and 4, shotgun for Hurts. Hurts looking downfield, rolling out to the bottom of the screen, keeps his eyes downfield, throws it intended for A.J. Brown. Looked like it could have been catchable if he would have went down to get it, but it looked like he almost let the football just hit him in the legs. See who they have on the field here for this. They keep Kenneth Gainwell out there. I just don't know how, after being offensive player of the week, you just don't go with DeAndre Swift. Like 90-10. Shotgun, Hurts looking, throws it over to Dallas Goedert, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, and goes down after fighting for a couple extra yards. First down for the Philadelphia Eagles, under 7:25 to go right now. And Hurts, I was just watching a thing on him because his QB stance is so low. You notice when he snaps or receives the snaps, his posture is so low to the ground. And he says it's because Jason Kelsey, the center, that looked like a false start. 51, definitely false start. So many false starts on this Eagles offensive line. That was a false start. Telling you that was visibly a false start by 51, the right guard. It's like Jerkins. Let's see if they do it again. Just got something in my eye. Let's see if they do it again. Here we go. Hurts in the shotgun. This time, DeAndre Swift is not on the field. Hurts trying to stay alive. The blitz coming. Oh, but he's wide open. Number 13 is wide open. Let's see who that. He slipped out. Wow, Jalen Hurts, great job on not getting sacked in that. I mean, he kept that play alive. He had a couple options. He had a check down that was wide open. He had Goddard in the middle of the field. And he made the biggest of the 3 possible plays. All right, so now the Eagles in Tampa Bay territory on the 45-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Gainwell, and it's going to go for 1 yard. In my opinion, what are you doing? Is Swift not even coming into the game? Because he 100% should be. 4:57, so we're under 5 minutes right now. Bengals and Rams getting ready to kick off as we speak. Hurts is going to throw this one to A.J. Brown, and it's going to be a gain of 4 yards. And as I say this, the ball is kicked off in Cincinnati, and this one will be a touchback for the Rams. So we are going to be calling 2 football games right here. This is what a doubleheader is all about. We didn't have them staggered where one game ends and the other one starts, okay? So here we go. Let's do this. Joe Burrow in the huddle, calling the play. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun. Single running back. We got trips left. A.J. Brown to the bottom of the screen. There was some movement. I think this was going to be a false start. So they finally call the Eagles for one of their false starts. Joe Burrow snaps the ball on 1st and 10. He's looking downfield. He's got great protection. He throws this one into the sideline. Joe Burrow, we didn't know if he was going to play or not with the calf strain that he's been dealing with. He is playing today. That should help T. Higgins' fantasy value. So here we go. Jalen Hurts getting ready to snap this ball on 3rd and 10. 2nd and 10 for Joe Burrow. And both balls are snapped at the same time. Joe Burrow completes a 7-yard pass. Jalen Hurts is still looking. He throws it way downfield, and it's going to be caught for a touchdown. And it was number 13. Who is this Zacharias guy? I haven't heard about him yet. Haven't watched too many Eagles games yet. Olamide Zacchaeus, 34-yard reception. And for the Bengals, it brings up 3rd and 1. And this is not wanting to be a 3-and-out to start the game for the Bengals. So the Eagles get a touchdown, big 3rd and 1 right here to open the game for the Bengals. Shotgun formation for Joe Burrow. He is passing, throws it to the middle of the field. That's his wide receiver number 3, Tyler Boyd, as sure as it gets at the number 3 position. The extra point for the Eagles is good. And Eagles are going to be kicking it off now to the Buccaneers with 3:55, I think, is what I saw left. So we'll see if the Bucs can respond. A fresh set of downs for the Bengals. 1st and 10, 13:50. Joe Burrow still in the huddle. He finally breaks it with about 15 seconds left on the play clock. Shotgun formation. Joe Mixon in the backfield. Jamar Chase comes out to the bottom of the screen, and it's going to be a run. It looked like a run pass option. It was either going to go immediately to Jamar Chase or the option to hand it off. He handed it off, and it was a good decision because I think he gained around, 4 yards. 2nd and 6 coming up. %63% of the Bengals' rush yards is Joe Mixon since 2021. That's insane. All right. This is going to be a fake to Joe Mixon and set up nicely to his slot receiver. We'll see where they mark forward progress. Looks like he's going to have enough for a 1st down on 2nd and 6. They convert. And they're doing a really good job. They remind me of who were we watching on Thursday night football? Who was it? What was the game that we were streaming? Holy crap. Who played on Thursday night? Let me see if I can find it really quick. It was the 49ers, I thought. It was the 49ers. Let me see. Scores. All right. So it was Tennessee, not Tennessee, Cleveland, not that one. Giants, 49ers. It was the Giants 49ers game. And it said something like Kyle Shanahan has like 80% of his snaps with like the motion, some kind of motion or movement. I'm seeing a lot of that from the Bengals where it looks very complicated. Just a lot of moving pieces to the offense pre-snap. But they're bringing people open. They're making it complicated for the defenses. And as long as the offense, knows what they're doing, some of these plays, man, Zach Taylor's been doing a great job. The Bengals have a 40% 3rd down conversion rate. And we are back in Tampa Bay. See if Baker Mayfield has a response in him. That looked like pass interference to me. They're going to say no PI. So 4th and 3 for the Bengals. They don't convert. Baker Mayfield going to hand it off here on 1st and 10 to White. And White's able to somehow pick up 3 yards. 3:15 left. And they're going to attempt a field goal from 56 yards. It's no good. No good for McPherson. All right, 2nd and 8 for Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans lined up at the bottom of the screen. Looks like a power formation. It's going to be a fake run, a quick throw to Chris Godwin. And we'll see if this warrants a late flag, and it does. Looks like he was out of bounds and then took a shot. And there's a flag on the play. A little rain coming down in Tampa. An eligible man downfield offense, number 71. So that's a little bit of a changeup. Thought it might be on the hit, but it's on the Buccaneers. Matt Feeler, the offensive lineman for the Buccaneers. And the rain is now not kind of raining. It's raining. It's Florida raining. It's Florida raining. We got Ron Duffy in the chat saying what's up. Happy to have you in here, Ron. All right. Baker Mayfield looking, throws it. Oh, it's intercepted, I think. Hold on. The official call is yes, intercepted. And now the rain is really coming down. And, this is kind of a momentum shift right here, right? Eagles able to drive down and score. Blankenship comes up with the interception. Nick Sirianni is doing chest side bumps in the air. The rain's coming down harder. It's going to be harder to throw, visibility, all of that. The wide receiver is also something to keep in mind, is when it really rains hard, these wide receivers like to take off their visors because it's so crazy. But when they're in the middle of a series and it starts pouring down rain, they haven't had a chance to go to the sideline and have their equipment manager take out their visors. So the visibility can be really screwed up. So we'll see if some of the defensive players took their visors off. Now the Eagles are back in the field. Hurts in the shotgun, hands this ball off to Gainwell. Gainwell picks up 5-6 yards. And you can tell Sirianni is intentionally not running DeAndre Swift because he wants to piss off all the fantasy owners, because the press all week was like, after the game Swift had, are you going to be running with him? And he's like, man, what's with you guys in that question? And now I haven't even seen Swift take the field since I came into this game in the beginning of the second quarter. Where is last week's player of the week? And why is he not on the field for at least 75% of your snaps? He's one of your best players. KC in the chat. We got Bill in here as well. We got the whole family. Hey, guys, just logged off work. Happy to have you in here. And, I don't know if you saw the title of this video. I don't want to spoil the surprise. So if you haven't looked at the title of the video, go ahead and take a look at it now. 10:45 left in the first. Matthew Stafford on the field for the Rams. Bengals still searching for their first win of the season, while the Rams are 1-1. I don't think anyone expected the Bengals to be one of the teams by week 3 searching for their first win. But we have Matthew Stafford in the shotgun. 2nd and 4, 10:15 left at the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. Stafford looking downfield, throws it over the middle of the field between 2 defenders. It's caught for a gain of, looked like around 7 or 8. A first down as we go under 10 minutes in the first quarter, and the Rams are in Bengals territory. And I was thinking that these two teams haven't played since the Super Bowl. So I wanted to do a poll. Let me know in the chat if you consider this a revenge game for the Bengals. Let me know in the chat. Type a Y for yes or an N for no. And feel free to elaborate because I can understand both sides of the argument. All right, so wide receiver reverse, and this is going to go all the way for a touchdown. What a play! Touchdown! What a run! This guy is fast. I'm talking about really fast. He's so fast, he makes fast people look not so fast. He turned the corner. That was Tutu Atwell with the 24-yard rushing touchdown. He was able to keep his body in bounds, keep running, and then dive at the last second, run himself into the pylon. He was flying down the field. What a great play and a great opening drive for the Rams. And here we go. The first person in the chat. Yes, it is a revenge game. And then Bill said they were 0-2 last year. They'll catch up. The Rams are way better than last year. Yeah, I agree. The Bengals starting slow. It's something that we've gotten kind of used to, not even just last year, but the year they went to the Super Bowl, the year before, they started, I think they were like 1-4. It wasn't even until they were playing Jacksonville on Thursday Night Football. I think it was week 5. They were down. The Bengals were down 24-0, and they came back, won that game, and then went on like a 12-game win streak and ended up representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. And on 3rd and 1, it looks like Jalen Hurts tries the butt push QB sneak. It works every time, 99% of the time. It works 100% of the time. Let's take a look and see where they call this. For some reason, this one didn't look like they got it. They did get it, but it just didn't have that same they definitely got it. So, I mean, you're playing this team. It's not a secret. This play is not a secret. So I would imagine in the game plan, you're spending all week trying to figure out what formation can we do to stop it. I expect maybe teams not to have any success stopping it, but I do expect different techniques, different, the longer that this film is out there, they got to figure out how to leverage their own side. And you can see they try different techniques, bringing up everybody onto the line of scrimmage. And what would really be cool is if the Eagles, because it's all about leverage. So you got the whole team, punching on defense. If you fake the QB sneak and the guy that was going to push you in the ass, you give him the ball, you sneak it like a Statue of Liberty type play. But, no one's going to believe that you're going to do that. Everybody's thinking, no, it's that butt push play. So you take the ball and right before you make contact with that line of scrimmage, you put the ball between your legs or something, and you let the guy that's supposed to push you in take the ball. Somebody fast, like Tutu on the Rams who scored that last touchdown. Somebody like that. And then Ginger said, yes, if you lose the world title to a squad, you rent it back, even if the squad isn't good as they want. And the tush push, that's what it's called. It's the tush push. That would be the ultimate tush push fake. And we're back in Cincinnati. They're taking one more look at it, and it looks like they're saying he was down. So they take the touchdown away and mark him down at the 3-yard line. Stafford under center here. Gonna fake the handoff, and good footwork on Matthew Stafford's part, but the Bengals get the sack. Wow, that's a big boy. He got back there quick. What a turn of events. You take the touchdown off, and now you sack him. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 10. One of the hardest places to be at 2nd and goal from. Still at the commercial break in Tampa Bay. Rain coming down. I'm going to pull up the weather radar in Tampa. Weather radar, Tampa Bay. Let's see if it's going to stay rainy for the whole game or not. Here we go. Interactive radar. Tampa Bay, 86 degrees and raining. Here we go. So play. All right. So it looks like it's going to be on and off, intermittent. Let's see, 9:30. Oh, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. 8:40. Once it hits 9 o'clock, it's really going to start coming down in about 30 minutes. Taking a shot downfield, and this one is incomplete, intended for A.J. Brown. Yeah, just taking a look at the radar, I can see why it's not raining hard in Tampa right now. It was just a single storm cell. And in 30 minutes, though, I'm talking reds, it's going to get nasty out here. Pretty cool. All right, so they're going to have to settle for a field goal for the Rams, not able to punch it in on 3rd and goal. So here comes Brett Mayer. He worked out for the Broncos this offseason. Didn't end up landing there. Ends up with the Rams and drills the 30-yard attempt to make it 3-0. Intercepted. Oh, my God. Jalen Hurts' pass was intercepted by Devin White, the linebacker, number 45. What a change of events. There's only 39 seconds left in the first half. 39 seconds. The Eagles are feeling good, trying to go down and make it a 17-3 game, or worst case scenario, 13-3. And now it's the Bucs that may be able to go into half at 6-10. That is a big play in a monster defensive play by Devin White. The interception, I got to say, it didn't look good. It looked like a miscommunication. Let me take another look at it. Oh, it was a miscommunication. He thought Devontae Smith was going to sit down and do a button hook, and he ran a slant, but he threw the button hook. Baker Mayfield's going to get sacked, and the ball comes out. Let's see. The Bucs are going to keep the ball. They have 3 timeouts. I'm surprised they wouldn't call one right here. Okay, now they call one. I just don't understand letting an extra 3 seconds burn off the clock in that situation. And then Jinja, cheers, buddy. My birthday's tomorrow. Cracking a Ranger now. Big 32, getting old. That's awesome, dude. Happy birthday. I can tell you, Ninja, I can tell that you aren't old. I mean, it's all perspective. What is old? You know? All right, here we go. Baker Mayfield. Can he have an old moment in him? 32 seconds left, 2nd and 21, 2 timeouts on the 33-yard line. Long way to go. You got to be thinking Mike Evans here, right? Find Mike Evans and take a shot downfield. Well, oh my God, he fumbled the ball. He gave it to the running back, and the running back fumbled the ball. It was White. White fumbled the ball. So White coughs up the ball on offense for the Bucs, and White takes the ball away on defense for the Bucs. Pretty cool. All right. So back over to the Bengals as Jalen Hurts gets to try to put those points back on the board. And we only saw the Bengals have 1 possession. They got a couple first downs, settled for a 55-yard field goal, and missed it, thanks to McPherson. So the Rams took over, scored a touchdown, reviewed it, ended up calling it out on the 3-yard line, and then they get a sack. The Rams able to get 3 points on the drive still. And now here we go, second possession here for Joe Burrow. He was 3 for 6 for 27 yards on his first, and now he's got another chance to come out here. Now back on this Baker Mayfield play, Jalen Carter, I mean, he is the real deal, man. He makes this tackle, and he purposely punches this ball up. I mean, he is just the fact that he fell all the way to number 9 is insane. This may be the way Warren Sapp fell. That we might be talking about Jalen Carter. Second and 8. 8 minutes left in the first. We got Troy Aikman calling the Bucks Philly game, and we got myself calling the Rams Bengals game. All right, shotgun here, first down. Burrow throws it, and it goes for a gain of 9 yards on 2nd and 8. So, it went for 7 yards on second and 8. I thought it was 1st and 10. Okay, so now it's going to be 3rd and 1. Joe Burrow, time to throw 2.4 seconds, second fastest in the NFL. Now, he was sacked a ton of times, so he's just learned to get rid of the ball a little bit faster and make it easier on his offensive line. He talked about that in a YouTube short. I'll explain it after this play. Jalen Hurts, 20 seconds left, shotgun, throws it down to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown sees the first down. He sees how valuable it is, but he knows getting out of bounds is just as valuable. So he ends up going out of bounds, stopping the clock at 13 seconds short of the first down. They're already in field goal range. Let's see how aggressive Sirianni wants to be in this situation. Meanwhile, on 3rd and 1, it looks like there was a false start on the Bengals. So now it's 3rd and 6. Average 5.5 yards to go on 3rd down, shortest in the NFL, which means the Bengals are the best 1st and 2nd down team in the NFL. And you saw earlier, they convert on 40% of their 3rd downs. Well, it's easier to convert on your 3rd downs if it's, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, or shorter. So it showed that stat earlier on the first 3rd down of the game. It was like best 3rd down conversion rate in the NFL. And now it's saying they have the shortest 3rd down in the NFL. So Joe Burrow doing a good job on first down, right? AJ, so I think they're looking at the play to see if AJ Brown really went out of bounds on this play or not. And then Ginger said a lot of people thought Carter was the best player coming out of the draft. Hard to argue. Yeah. Well, it was like it was that racing stuff. He was tied up to all that legal stuff. And honestly, for the Eagles, it worked out perfect. And the Bengals are going to have to punt it here on 4th and 7. And this is going to be fair caught. Couldn't really tell, but if not, when he caught it, his knees were on the ground and a player touched him. So he may just be down by contact. Ruling on the field was that the ball carrier was out of bounds. This is an official review because we are under 2 minutes to go in the first half. So this isn't a situation where the Eagles or, the Tampa Bay Bucks could have challenged in this situation. Adams ready for return. Let's take a look. By the way, there was a lot of injuries yesterday. A lot of injuries that happened around the league. Bryce Young, ankle, has no update on when he'll be able to practice. Frank told reporters Monday Young missed last Sunday's game due to his ankle. David Montgomery's thigh was listed as a limited participant in Monday's estimated practice. That's really good news. Montgomery was very involved in the Lions, offense, and a lot of people were surprised. Well, somebody after his thigh injury in my league dropped him. I picked him up. Participant today, Christian Watson, hamstring, did not practice. Jareer Alexander did not practice because of his back. Anthony Richardson remains in concussion protocol. Shane Steichen announced. I think you're really trying to prevent those back-to-back week concussions. You got to give the public enough time to forget about it. Otherwise, there's too much scrutiny. Oh, Jalen Hurts tries to get out of bounds and ends up getting tackled, but it's all right because the Eagles got a timeout. They will burn it. Their last timeout with 9 seconds left. Now, that was an interesting review. I wish I would have been paying better attention because if they said, hey, he didn't go out of bounds, does that, I can't remember, does that mean they automatically take a timeout away from the Eagles? Because it's also like, how can you prove that I was going to call a timeout had I not gone out of bounds? It's like, obviously, you would have, but you also can't make decisions for people. So it's just an awkward rule. But there's really, I don't know what the answer would be. Maybe just don't review that type of a play. I don't know. Just kind of weird disrupting the game and then taking a timeout. All right, shotgun here on 1st and 10, 7 seconds, taking a shot, trying to get a touchdown, and it's almost intercepted with 3 seconds. And this was actually really good timing. Hurts looking, giving his best receiver an opportunity to make the catch, but also not holding the ball too long. It didn't matter if he would have caught this ball. He was still 5 yards short, and the ball was like way too far out of bounds. Ginger talking about it's so funny. Yeah, I always think about that for like entertainment. I kind of like having people just like shoot and pull. And the field goal is good. The 38-yard attempt right up. And for the Rams, they get looks like 9 yards on 2nd down. 3rd and 1 coming up. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Coming up next, we have the halftime show brought to you by Allstate. And they're probably going to just talk about the Dolphins scoring 70 points for the entire halftime show. Oh, shit. I got to plug in my fucking laptop. I got to plug her in. All right. I have to do some flexing. So I parked up my stuff in a good spot, but I guess the wall plug that I'm plugged into doesn't actually have electricity coming out of it. So I might have to move. Let me just try to plug it into the other one. We're back. Hold on. We're back. And are we charging? Hold on. Jalen Hurts, 12 for 21 in the first half, 153 yards and a touchdown. Baker Mayfield, 9 for 16, 80 yards and an interception as well. So not a monster first half by any stretch of the imagination from any of them. Just moving my stuff, guys. Moving my stuff. Here we go. And Oh man, that play though, that one touchdown that actually was called back for the Rams was an actually really, really, really good play. All right, now we're charging. All right, that's better. Nah, camera's here. What? Oh, it just, I gotta go to my settings here. Camera. There we go. All right, start cam. Here we go. We're back, baby. We're back. we got Bill getting a White Claw to celebrate Ginger's birthday. I'm gonna grab my beer to celebrate Ginger's birthday. Shotgun for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow going to throw this one to Joe Mixon, a little dump off, and Mixon is gonna pick up around 7 yards. Let's go to Fantasy Cast and take a look at how fantasy football things are going. All right. DeAndre Swift with 5.6 first half points. Mike Evans with only 3.3. My chances of winning are pretty good in my personal league, but I would like to see Swift play a bigger role. Can I just say, it's probably a lot of it has to do with fantasy, but I just got to tell you, like, I just don't understand how he had 180 freaking yards rushing and multiple touchdowns, and he was the player of the week. And you don't have him playing a bigger role moving forward. I thought you were going to feed the hot hand. Well, you can't even give him a chance to get a hot hand if you're not feeding him. I mean, I just don't understand the thinking there. Jamar Chase picks up the first down right here. And that's really what needs to happen for this Bengals team to start winning. They need to remember how good Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are and get them involved. I got T. Higgins on my bench today. I'm not proud to say it. Another one that goes to Jamar Chase, and he's able to catch it for a gain of 7. Let me grab my beer. All right. Feeling pretty good now. I should have started here. Sorry for the halftime adjustments, guys. Thanks for working with me. Ginger said, "Attaboy, Bill. Might be time for a B-Day chug." You know what? It might be. It might be time for a B-Day chug. I still got 70% of my beer. I think it is time for a beer chug for Ginger's birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a very, very happy birthday to our very own Ginger. Ginger. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this very unique episode of Holding Football, where Ginger is turning a very special 32 years old of age, young tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your beers, grab your lemon, grab everything that's close and dear to you, lift it up and chug it, because it gets better every single year. Happy birthday to Ginger. Let's chug. Yes! All right. Now that we got our heads back in the game, carbonation tears. All right. This is awesome. This is awesome. I think. All right, guys, help me order. Help me order. All right, you're here with me. You're here with me. I'm just gonna tell you what jumps off the page for me. I love jalapeno poppers. I would love to get some jalapeno poppers here during halftime. The chicken strips are actually really good here. That's what I get. I like to get the chicken fingers, just because it's such an easy thing to eat during streaming. Because I always feel like I can't eat while I'm on the stream, because I always feel like it's gonna bother people, or I won't be able to talk. But man, part of me is like, that's part of the atmosphere, It's like being at the game. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I know what to do. I'm gonna see if they have any jalapeno poppers, and then I'm gonna add on the Philly cheesesteak. And of course, Ginge, and thanks, Bill. And then Ginger said, "Did you get a White Claw chug-in, Bill?" And Bill said, "We don't care." So Bill, not wanting to do the beer chug after all, doesn't care. I'm just kidding. Pulled it out of context. This is what he really said. I can't chug. Sorry, but I sipped really, really quickly. LOL. We don't give a damn if you eat on the stream. This is a safe place for us. Still appreciate you, Bill. Thank you, brother. All right. You know what? I'm going to order it. 2nd and 8 right now. Joe Burrow breaks the huddle right now. Burrow in this drive, 6 for 6. As long as Jamar Chase is getting back involved into this game, I expect the Bengals to find their success again. Here we go. Joe Burrow, 3-step drop back, throws it a little too high, but a flag comes out, and I think they're going to call holding on number 14. The ball wasn't even intended for that side of the field, but it looked like Jamar Chase was being held on his break. So, and it looks like it is. It's so funny. When you start getting better at, you're getting older, you've just watched more and more football. It's like when you're a kid and a flag comes out, you got to wait for the refs to tell you what it is. Still, sometimes you have no idea what the flag's on. You're like, what is it? I didn't see anything. But I'm finding more times than not, I know what the flag is on because I saw it live. Right? That's kind of new for me. Maybe it's just coming with age. All right, 1st and 10, shotgun right here. The holding was on 14 on Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase coming in motion to the bottom of the screen, looking that way, but then setting up a screen to Joe Mixon, and that's not going to go anywhere. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, 14 minutes and 8 seconds left in the game. Ginger said, "I think you." No, no, no. I knew what Bill was saying, but I thought it'd be funny if I pulled up his comment and took it out of context because it's funny, but maybe not. You getting a cheesesteak in Miami? You got to let us know if it's good. I thought the further south you went, more of a more foreign a cheesesteak was. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like, um, when you think of the down south, like, it's even in Florida, it's like it's actually northern Florida's got a lot of, like, when people say southern roots, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Jacksonville, Pensacola, uh, Florida, Bama, all of that kind of Nashville, like, oh, I'm in the South, country accents. But actually, if you keep going south, by the time you get down to Miami, it's like English is the second language in Miami. I mean, you can still get around using only English, but it's like, um, a lot of the service jobs, like if you have to park your car, I've had to valet my car for a week because there's not a lot of parking in Miami, and the guy that I'm valeting, he doesn't speak any English. And I knew that from living here for a long time, but it's something you forget about, when you leave for 7 years, and just trying to do day-to-day stuff without speaking Spanish. It's like, man, um, I love Miami, but it can be like really hard for you to get a cheesesteak and have somebody understand what your needs are and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, it's one of the most beautiful places in the world, and that's just part of it. But yeah, that's one of the things I love about this bar, though, is because in Miami it's very like, whatever you guys imagine it, people working out on the beach, um, the disco music or techno, nightclub. Yeah, that's all here. That's why I love this bar. No one knows about this bar. It's on the ninth floor of the Hilton Hotel. The owner, his daughter actually was just here. He just opened up another bar. He's, he's one of us. You know what I mean? He's one of us, and he created this bar to be, when you're feeling homesick, a place to come to and come get a cheeseburger and a beer and watch football, right? Because, like, if you really go downtown Miami, even on a Saturday, there was nobody playing college football. There was soccer on TV, and then this was on Saturday. So you can feel a little homesick, like, man, I'm not, because you can feel kind of deprived from some of your American roots or whatever. It's no different than being on like a deployment in a different country. You just start missing America. The smell, the TV shows, the music, the radio, like the culture. Uh, so this used to always be my place to come to when I was feeling homesick, you know. And this place is really cool. Am I getting it in trouble? They have good ass Cuban food down there. They do. I know where to get really great Cuban food. So I'm not going to get it here, but that would be ironic to come here for the Cuban food. All right. I'm going to order that cheesesteak really quick. All right. All right, so I got a TV right here to my left and here, so I got both games on. Eagles with the ball right now. Let's see what they're looking at. Did he fumble it or something? What's going on? Injury. Injury. Unfortunate. All right. Shotgun formation right here for Hurts. Looks like he's sending that 13 guy that I just learned. All right, looking downfield, scanning. Got all the time in the world. Throws it over to Dallas Goedert, and he's going to pick up a first down for the Philadelphia Eagles, it looks like. And on the other TV, we are back in Cincinnati. Puka Nakua. Birthplace was in Utah. Utah Gatorade Player of the Year. Played 2 years at Washington. Transferred to BYU. Older brothers also played at BYU. Drafted in the 5th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. This is a BYU family, and I must have missed something. Did he have an interception? Oh, he had 15 receptions. Most receptions in a game by a rookie in NFL history. Week 2 versus, guess who? San Francisco. Not an easy team. So let's see if this dude's for real. Matthew Stafford takes the handoff, rolls out to the other side, and that's going to be a first down. And that one goes to the gentleman that we were just talking about. It's like the production team called Sean McVay and said, hey, make sure you throw it to him right here because we're going to put a whole thing up on the screen. All right, and then over in Philly, a handoff. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's almost like you should keep him in the game. Holy shit. Can you believe this as an Eagles fan? He had the week Swift had like 180 yards last week and 2 touchdowns. He was not playing him at all. Yeah. I have no idea. I started him in my fantasy league. I got him starting right now. He's got 9 points. That's still pretty good, actually. If he can get a touchdown, I'll go up to like 16, 17. I know. Puka Nakua has been really good this year. Sounds like it. All right, fake the handoff. Stafford looking big, takes a shot, floats it. Beautiful pass right there to Atwell. Number 9 in the red zone. Oh, Rick's going to be in here soon, guys. Rick's going to be in here soon. He's going to come to the stream. All right. Handoff goes to DeAndre Swift. Swift picks up the first down. They throw him down because they're so angry that DeAndre Swift is so good. I'm telling you, if the Eagles wanted to, DeAndre Swift could be the NFL leading rusher this season. If they wanted to, with this offensive line is nasty, y'all. This offensive line is nasty. If they really wanted to give him 90%, 95% of the snaps and just trade Gainwell or make him, a wide receiver or a third down specialist, I don't know. I'm just telling you, DeAndre Swift looks like he's ready to take that jump, that 4-year jump. You know who else made that 4-year jump? Josh Jacobs last year in his 4th year. They didn't even pick up his 5th-year option, led the NFL in rushing. Derrick Henry had a big 4th-year jump. And I think we're seeing DeAndre Swift this year if they'll let him. If they will let him. I just do not want to see him be wasted. First and goal for Philly, getting ready to punch it in and turn this into a 20-3 lead. Brian Johnson's first season as the Eagles offensive coordinator. They lost their offense and defense coordinator last year to head coaching job. Shotgun for Hurts. And they keep Swift in there, hand it off to Swift. Swift, see right there. That's the play I'm talking about. Right up the middle. There's nothing there, and he picks up 8 when he needed 9. Second and goal from the 2-yard line, 10-15 left. And, almost a touchdown in the Rams game. In case you forgot, the Rams were in the red zone. It was 3rd and 3. The pass was incomplete. Now it's 4th and 3. And I got to say, this is a big decision time for Sean McVay. What is he going to decide to do? How aggressive does he want to be in this situation? Both these teams playing both these games in a very similar situation right now, knocking on the goal line. The Eagles are knocking, and the Rams are. They're going to elect to kick the field goal. And A.J. Brown should have caught that ball. And here we go on 3rd down. They're gonna make Hurts do it. Oh, I hope he's short. No, they're just gonna give it to him again. It doesn't matter. I was just thinking it'd be cool if they gave it to DeAndre Swift, but they won't. And then Ginger said, it looks like the atmosphere where you could tell everyone in the bar where you lived and they would turn up. You could tell everyone in the bar you're live and they would turn up. Oh, yeah. Oh, they know. I just don't like to get people uncomfortable. And if I go, hey guys, I'm live right now, and some drunk lady is like, I don't want to be recorded. You don't have my permission to record me, and I can see myself playing pool. Then she goes up to the owner. Next thing you know, I can't stream here because, as long as, because right now, if I'm late to read your comments, it's because I have my tab open where I can see myself in your comments. I open up another tab. It's ESPN Fantasy Football. So I can't even see you guys right now. I can't see your comments. So that way when people are walking by or looking at my computer, they don't see themselves. And then I just every, minute or so hop over and check the comments just to give you, a little POV from my side of the fence. And Eagles get the touchdown. Jason Kelce's the best center in the league. Swift with 9.9 points. And look, it's scary. It's like he could end up getting 20 on a day where they're not even using him well. I mean, he's already got 81 rushing yards. And it just feels like you're not even seeing that much of him. You know what I mean? Insane. And then Ginger said, if Brown is going to miss open touchdowns, so you can shut up about not getting the ball more. And then I feel you. The dude seemed cool, yo. Yeah. Great dudes out here, man. Great dudes out here. Jalen Hurts gets another fantasy touchdown. I mean, just so many touchdowns. I'm going to tell you what my biggest dilemma is right now. I don't know what to do with Justin Fields. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to start. Well, the Broncos play the Bears next week. So I was going to say, I think I'm going to play Russell Wilson instead because he's at least getting, 18 to 20 points, throwing 3 touchdowns last week. He had 2. He could have had 4 touchdowns. One of them got called back. One of them was dropped. And then there was 2 fumbles on 2 big plays. Denver just if they could have gone back and forth and not shot themselves in the foot, and I don't think they would have gotten to 70. But, man, I just don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just not have hope anymore. But we're gonna save that for our breakdown of the game. All right, second down, 9:30 to go in the second quarter for the second game. Joe Burrow, 12 of 17 for 77 yards tonight. 6-3 ball game. Joe Burrow standing at the 20-yard line, shotgun formation. Looks going through his progressions. Can't find anybody. Throws it intended for number 5. There's no flag on the play. 5 wants a flag on the play. I think 5 wasn't 5 McPherson's number during the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. I thought that was the kicker. T. Higgins is wearing 5. Wasn't he wearing 85? This is the first I've seen this. I'm telling you, I'm really pumped up, guys. I'm like, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but there's about to be a lot of streaming. Joe Burrow's trying to look downfield, throws it right at the first down marker. It's caught by Jamar Chase for a first down. And Jamar Chase getting very involved in this offense. And a lot of 85 jerseys in the crowd. I don't think that's TJ Hushmanzada. TJ, who's your mama? I think those are T. Higgins jerseys. I think Hushmanzada was 87, actually. I'm gonna find out. I love the internet. Every question can be answered. TJ Hushmanzada, Bengals wide receiver. He wore number 84. He was an 84 guy, not 85. Wait. I think maybe he did wear 85 for 1 year. No, he wore 84. He wore 84. Ocho Cinco wore 85. That's right. Duh. He literally changed his name to his number. You have Fields and Russ as your quarterback. Kind of rough fantasy-wise so far. Rick, where the hell are you? I want to chug with you too. Oh, he's coming. He's gonna come. I love it. I love just the idea that Rick's like hopping on, and that's the first thing he hears. Thank you. All right. Is there any hot sauce? All right. I added jalapenos on it. Thank you. All right. Thank you. It's about to go down. Man, this looks fire. Look at this food, guys. This lighting does no justice. I just saw your message. Give us a look at your cheesesteak. And look, I told you guys, I gave you the update. I told you at 9 o'clock it was going to start pouring. And it is coming down right now. All right. My play-by-play might be a little delayed, but I'll be done in like 10 minutes. That's hot. I'm going to say Texas Pete. Solid working. Good work, fellas. And the chef that brought it over last time I was here was like, make sure to plug us in your thing. So I told him I would. This is Mike's. I mean, I can see to my left the condo downtown Miami that I used to live at. This is a great location. Like I said, we're on the 9th floor, so you're on the Venetian. You're on the waterfront, but you can see the whole city to the left. I used to skateboard here when I was a kid. Texas Pete is weak, man. Basketball all the way. Mike, you're a fucking stud, too. He knows. He knows. He's a stud. All right. So we talked about him earlier, Puka Nuka. Week 1 had 10 receptions. Week 2 he had 15. Tonight he has 3. Sean McVay's got to feel pretty good about this young wide receiver. 28 receptions, most in first 3 career games in NFL history. Ever. All right, so the Eagles offense back on the field. This is going to be a handoff to Swift, and Swift continues to prove why he's so good. Breaks 3 tackles. Amazing. Shotgun for Hurts. Gives it back to Swift. Looks like he picked up 1. So it'll be 3rd and 1. More hot sauce. First down. Little tush push. All right, shotgun formation. 1st and 10. Hurts rolling out, throwing, caught. 89. .537 left in the first half in Cincinnati. Bengals down 3. All right, so looks like there's a false start. Now it's 3rd and 9. And look at that. DeAndre Swift's going off behind me. DeAndre Swift. It's almost like, whoa, why don't we just keep this guy in the game? The guy I'm playing this week has Tutu Atwell and Tyler Higbee. Has Zeke done anything this year yet? Yesterday was hilarious. You reading all my inappropriate comments out loud at the same love how pissed Tyler got. That Tyler wasn't pissed. That's just Tyler. He just seems like pissed. The Rachel sandwich there looks freaking good, man. Excuse me. That turkey, Rachel at Max and Emma's where I live is pretty fireball. Had to look up the website. Pretty cool place. I'd hang there. Yeah, man. I'm glad you did. I was going to show you the front of the menu so you guys could check it out. All right. We're in the third quarter of this food. Jamar Chase, another good run right there. After the catch. 1st and 10. Chase tonight has 5 receptions already. Feels like more. It's almost every big play. It seems like it's him, but only 5. This one was intended for T. Higgins, but it was dropped. And I haven't been watching a lot of the Bengals games, but I do have T. Higgins on my bench this week. I'm not sure if that's been an issue or not. But we should have caught that one. Tonight, so far, only 1 catch for 8 yards. Passing complete, intended for Tyler Boyd, 3rd and 10. Hurts taking a deep shot downfield. Intercepted. Oh my God, that was picked. Perfect. I have Mike Evans. I need more points for Mike Evans. Third and 10. Joe Burrow taking a shot of his own. Incomplete. It looks like he just threw it down there, but it wasn't even catchable. The fans are starting to look frustrated. 3:50 left in the first half, and you only have 3 points, and you're 0-2. Like, seeing these fans frustrated, I'm just like, imagine this for 7 years straight. And they know. Of all teams, they know. Tyler in the chat, this bar sucks. He loves this bar. And then Ginger said, my wife gets it every time we go there. I got to go tortilla burger with the soup. It's killer. Yeah, what is your wherever you guys are watching, I think Ginger's in Indiana. What is your specific states known for food-wise? The best food that that the best thing you can get around your area? Safety, Eagle safety, and it's officially marked the safety. And by the way, the Bengals just intercepted the ball. They have the ball again. So big turn of events right now. These games are kind of in sync. Baker Mayfield, man, trying to prove that he's not washed, leading Tampa Bay to 2 wins in the first 2 games. But this was the real challenge, right? Can you beat Philly? And it was a close game in the first half, right? It was 3-6. And you just thought, oh, it's going to be one of those ugly, rainy games. And it still may be that, but Philly's been able to score touchdowns since. 22-3. And they're going to review the interception for the Bengals, 55. And Bill says SoCal, so Mexican and vegan crap. I love vegan crap. I'm probably one of the only non-vegetarians that buys veggie patties. I still eat it. They probably get so mad. Imagine if there's a shortage of veggie burgers and I'm the one buying it. And they're like, dude, you can buy steak. Stop eating our shit. Mm. Mm. We don't see a lot of safeties in the NFL nowadays. Just doesn't happen. But when it does, it's such a turn of events. It's so hard to come back from that because it's one thing to get the 2 points, right? Okay, you have the ball and now the other team gets 2 points. That's one thing. But then you have to kick the ball to them. I mean, that's a huge, huge safety at this point in the game when it's a 17-point game, with 3 minutes left in the third. And then you put more points on their side and then give them the ball. That might have been the dagger. All right, Hurts in shotgun formation here. And this looks like a handoff that looks like Swift. And they go to commercial before I can even see. And then Ginger said, best food here is little diners that make some home cooking. Some grandma's restaurant about 20 miles away has the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had besides my mom's. Miss you, Mama. When we go to the Colts game, we're going there. We're going there. I love biscuits and gravy. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bengals. They confirm the interception. Handoff to Mixon, and Mixon picks up a couple. It's just the struggle that the Bengals have had offensively to score is very surprising to me. They fixed their offensive line 2 years ago or last year. They have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. I think he would be a number 2 on most teams. T. Higgins would be a number 1 on most teams. And Jamar Chase is top 5 in the league. You have, arguably the number 2 quarterback in the NFL. And you have Joe Mixon, a stud at running back. What is the problem? Push off. T. Higgins pushed off. That's coming back. He just had a 40-yard catch down to the 1-yard line. Clearly pushed off. Clearly. The last 2 we saw was the quarterback stepping out of the back of the end zone. Those are the funniest ones to me. Especially when like they blow the whistle and they just keep doing it. Like, no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Man, that was a big play for Cincinnati, but it's coming back. I want Mike Evans to get involved in this game. And they go back to the same play. But this time it's incomplete. 3rd and 18. Minshew stepping out honestly helped us with the kickoff blunder by the Ravens. A perfect shitstorm for us to win the game. There's a metric that like the best bettors in the world use, and it's kind of like the system Aladdin that the banks use to predict, you know, every external factor that you can think of, so that the banks always win. What's a good deal? What's a bad deal? Predicting our next moves, and it also takes into account marketing strategies. So like what we're thinking about and stuff like that. Well, I guess people in Las Vegas have a betting machine that's very similar. This is how the house decides spreads and stuff like that. Well, think about this. They actually have a machine that will tell you, based on all of the bounces of the football, the turnovers, turnover-worthy plays, who the luckiest team is in the NFL. And right now, Denver is the most unlucky team in the NFL, and the Eagles are the most lucky team in the NFL. But it's just interesting to take into account, like, the randomness of football. I mean, there's just a part of, and sometimes a team will be inflated, like, oh, Tampa is favored, to only lose by 1 point against the Eagles because they're 2-0, right? But if they're one of the most lucky teams in the NFL and they had the ball bounce their way every week, then they're too inflated in that case. And that's kind of what happened. What I thought was going on in Denver was that Miami was, undefeated. And I'm going to share this with you, okay? Because you guys know how I feel about the Dolphins and Tua. Check this out. You guys are probably thinking, after the Dolphins scored 70, that, okay, like, Tua's like on track to having his best year in the NFL if he can stay healthy. We don't even have to say that, obviously, right? All right, so check this out. You ready? In 2022, his record for the Miami Dolphins, so this is last year, he was 3-0. Completions, he had 72 completions for 101 attempts. His pass touchdown to interception ratio was 8 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Okay, this year, he's 3-0. He has 72 completions for 101 passing attempts, and he has 8 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Literally exactly the same. Exactly the same. So, I mean, going into this game, I thought Miami's offense was good, but I was still not realizing how good they are, man. I'm telling you, like, this Dolphins team could win the Super Bowl. 1 second, guys. All right. Third and goal for the Eagles, trying to make it 27-3 or 29-3. And they fake the tush push. Hurts gets back up, and now they're going to blow the whistle. Oh, my God. So we faked the tush push. We just talked about how they should try that, and they did, but Hurts, had just a really unathletic play. Couldn't stay on his feet. Second and 10 for the Rams. Oh, sacked hard. That was Eli Apple, I think. No, Eli Apple's gone. That was his old number, though. That was 23. Looked like a corner blitz, and he just came in untouched and wrecked him. That was Hill. Third and 18. Bengals defense is really good. Remember, the Bengals were the only other team in the AFC I said could have a top 5 offense and defense. So far, offensively, they're not, but defense is looking solid. And they're just going to run the ball here on 3rd and 18. And it's a conservative move. It's not take another sack. It's not take a pick. Our defense has, let's talk about the Rams defense. I mean, there's 1 minute and 24 seconds left in the first half, and this Bengals team has 3 points. It just feels like as long as they have Joe Burrow, you're not scared, right? You just don't feel scared. But when you lose week 1, week 2, it kind of humanizes him. And some people may forget a little easier than others, who Joe Burrow is. Let's see if he can come out here and reprove to those people who he is. This punt's going to be returned at the 30, 35. Ooh. All right, so pretty good return. 1:13 left in the first half. All right, let's see if we can get Mike Evans involved in this game. All right. Kick is off and touchback. All right, Joe Burrow. throws it to Jamar Chase, first down and out of bounds. Great throw and catch. Just a 10-yard button hook. Jamar Chase and cornerback exchanging words. It looks like Witherspoon is the one John with Jamar Chase. 2nd and 1. Oh, they're already in field goal range. Tight end. Wide open down the middle of the field. Behind the linebackers, in front of the safety. Great post. Great route. Hudson picks it up. They don't call a timeout here because they don't have one. 45 seconds and counting. Joe Burrow throws it again. Intended for Tyler Boyd. Good plan on the defense. 2nd and 10, clock stop. All right. Baker taking a shot. Yes. Mike Evans. Thank you. You could make an argument that Mike Evans is the best wide receiver that Baker Mayfield has ever had. I mean, has he played with other Hall of Famers? Because Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer. All right, so the Bucs are scoring. They're going to score. Make it a 2-possession game. They know they got to score quick. All right. Shotgun for Burrow. Oh, no, he's getting sacked. He's getting sacked. They have to run up. They can't spike it. It's 3rd down. Unless they wanted to. Yeah, they got one play. Everyone needs to just calm down. That's what he's trying to tell them right now. We're going to take this all the way down to 3 seconds, and we're just going to spike the ball, and we're going to kick a field goal going to the half. On the Tampa Bay side of things, they run it on 2nd down, 2nd and 5, and they pick up 4. And there's the snap and spike with 3 seconds left in the first half. Bengals going to go into halftime all knotted up at 6. I don't know what the over-under was in this game before it opened up, but 12 first half points combined. Really surprising. All right. We're going to have Rick in here soon. First and goal. First and goal for Tampa Bay. And we go to halftime at 6-6. Bengals struggling to get off the field because there's some chippiness going on. Joe Burrow, helmet off, walking with it in his hand. Fans trying to talk to him. I mean, it's like it's okay to not be satisfied about how that first half went. You can be upset, but you just don't want it to get carried away. I mean, you're tied at halftime. So, I mean, if you got to come out of being disappointed to be able to play your best football, then you really don't – you can't even afford to just be upset, right? It's a tie ball game. It's 0-0. They need to come out in the second half, and the defense, they just need to keep doing what they're doing on both teams, right? But offensively, you just want to be like, hey, 0-0. Just go out there and let's win the first half, the second half. But let's pretend it's the first half. Yes! Mike Evans touchdown. Finally got the fantasy. Finally got those fantasy points. Let's take a look. Woo-hoo-hoo! Mike Evans, 17 points. I have 143 points. Jeez Louise. 98% chance of victory. All right, so Joe Burrow, 17 for 31. I mean, let's just take a second and think about that. Joe Burrow threw the ball. Chris Godwin got the 2-point conversion to make it a 14-point game. Joe Burrow threw the ball 31 times. 31 times, okay, in the first half. In my opinion, let's see, top running back since 2018. Let's see who has the most rushing yards since 2018, all right? Here, top running backs in last, or let's just be more specific. Joe Mixon, rushing yards. All right, how about this? Rushing yards, active leaders. All right. NFL active rushing yard leaders. Number 1, Derrick Henry. He came in the league in 2018 or 2016. Ezekiel Elliott is also number 2, but he came into the league in 2016. Nick Chubb is number 3. He came into the league in 2018. Very impressive that he's number 3. Melvin Gordon at number 4, but it's because he has been in the league for 8 years. Latavius Murray, been in the league for 10 years. So Dalvin Cook, and then Joe Mixon. So Dalvin Cook has played only 6 games less, and that's because of injury. They came into the league at the same time, and Dalvin Cook has 6,051 yards. Joe Mixon has 5,493 yards. 47 touchdowns for Cook, 40 touchdowns for Joe Mixon. But you saw how, everyone considered, Dalvin Cook, one of the top running backs in the league. Ezekiel Elliott is not considered a top back. Nick Chubb is. Derrick Henry is. So, in my opinion, if you're talking like the best running backs in the NFL, and by the way, Saquon Barkley, another great running back, but Joe Mixon is in this tier 1, and I just don't understand why they have to throw it 62 times in the game. Like, let me pull this up. Let me pull up the box score right now. I'm gonna tell you how many rush. He scared me. You scared me. I was in the zone. I'm streaming.
I know. I was just going to give you.
You scared me. Okay, so the Bengals rushing yards right now. Here we go. Stats. All right. Bengals have Joe Mixon has 7 carries for 23 yards. 7. Not good enough. You only run the ball 7 times, and then you would think, wait, if all I saw was the box score of this game, was not anticipating a jump scare. Aaron is MVP. Robert said, dropping in for a minute, give a thumbs up, help the algorithm. Chicago or Denver? Denver. Denver. Denver has their own problems right now, but I'm gonna say Chicago has some deeper organizational problems that are more than football, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. So I right now would say Denver, but the gap is not large. The gap is not large. Speaking of injuries, Derek Carr sprained his AC joint, right shoulder, status week to week. Oh, Aaron, can you do me a huge favor? That he would. Oh, he's bringing me another beer. Okay, never mind. I wanted coffee. After this one, can I get a cup of coffee?
I don't have coffee.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
We
Okay.
do it like during the day because we have a lot
All right. So, Aaron is mid. What's up, boys? Aaron is mid. Thumbs up beer. No, I didn't. It was supposed to be thumbs up. I'm good. I have beer, and then he just came back with another beer. I knew as soon as I thumbs him up that that's what was going to happen. That was my fault. So anyway, Derek Carr sprained AC joint, right shoulder. Status is week to week. Joe Burrow was pressured on 5 of his 33 dropbacks. So I just don't agree with the play calling. Like, you got a game that's 3-3, and you run the ball 6 times in the whole entire first half. You throw it 31 times. I mean, that's just 31 attempts in one half of a football in a game that you're down 3 for most of the game. So we'll see if they come out and try to, commit to running the football with one of the league's best running backs. And then for the Eagles, it's going to be really important that the Bucs are able to get off the field quick here. They made it a 2-possession game. Mike Evans touchdown, Chris Godwin 2-point conversion, 14-point game. But there's 6 minutes 45 seconds left in the game and counting, and it's 3rd and 1 right here. The Bucs need to get off the field in order to try to even have a chance to win. And Hurts is in shotgun, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout called. And Nick Sirianni calls a timeout. Doesn't like the formation or whatever it is. I mean, he knows that this is a huge 3rd down. No, I'm married. Mine is hotter. That's true. That is true. Tyler has a really good-looking wife. Evan McPherson's 53-yard field goal is good. That was the last play of the first half. Rams, Bengals when we come back, and it looks like who started with the ball? Let me see. I was watching it. It was the Bengals. The Bengals started with the ball, and they ended up missing the 55-yard field goal, 56-yard field goal. Missed it wide left. And then, I say that to say that the Rams are going to start with the ball, which is fine because the Bengals kicked that field goal to end the half, so they would have had to kick it to the Rams anyway. So nobody really, getting an advantage over another team in the possessions or when the possessions are happening. It's just kind of playing out very smoothly. Rams ball when we come back, and big 3rd and 1 here. This would pretty much ice the game if they can pull off, a couple more first downs. So going through the box, we got Jamar Chase, 6 receptions, 56 yards. Tyler Boyd, 4 receptions, 29 yards. T. Higgins, 1 catch, 8 yards. So I hated that I had to do it, but I ended up putting him on my bench, and there he is sitting there with 1.8 points. I'll try. Dirty martini. Extra dirty. Oh, gosh. I love your guys' conversations. All right. Swift is on the field right now. He's got 14.8 fantasy points. DeAndre Swift. I really think all he needs is one more touchdown, and it's like he will be a set him and forget him for the rest of it. Here we go, 3rd and 1, and they're gonna tush push. They're gonna tush push, and they're gonna get it. So I love games where I have one offensive player on both teams. So it's like when Tampa goes, I'm like, let's go Mike Evans, and now it's DeAndre Swift. So I like it because they're going to run the ball a lot here. If Swift could potentially break one and get that last touchdown. And we're back now, ready for the second half to begin. Roger Goodell is what is that? Is that Roger Goodell? Who is that? Oh, Chad Johnson's putting a jacket on. Oh, he's getting inducted. 2023 inductee. Dan Orlowski, Lewis Reddick in the booth on the Bengals-Rams game. Troy Aikman in Tampa. We had some rain coming down earlier today. It looks like it's backed off a little bit. 2nd and 13, not a single running back in the backfield. Hurts looking left, taking a shot deep downfield, and I think he caught it. And if he did, he needs to run. Oh, they're calling it incomplete. It looked like he might have scooped it, and I'm like, hey, bro, he's got to get up and run. And then the Bengals are going to kick it off, and the second half is underway in Cincinnati. Both these games going by pretty quick. We saw the new rule where you can call a fair catch from anywhere on the field on the kickoff now. This fair catch gets called on the 13-yard line. It looks freaking weird. I don't like it. You already have the touchback out to the 25. Like, if a team wants to strategically kick the ball to the 13-yard line, you should be able to, you know what I mean, allow a team to try to strategize ways to pin you behind the 25. Now that you have the fair catch anywhere in the field, it's like, why don't we just not even have a kickoff? Like, it's just, to me, it's just removing an aspect of the game that I don't agree with. Shotgun here for Matthew Stafford, showing blitz here right away, and Stafford picks it up nicely and throws it downfield. I think that was Tyler Higbee down to the 49-yard line. So a great positive first play for the Rams and Captain Tyler Higbee. But he did have to come off the field. He took himself out of the game. Looks like he might have gotten banged up here. Let's see what it is. Is he limping? He got hit pretty good on the back end of this by 29. Looks like he hit him right in the knee area. But he's still on his feet, and he's just stretching it out. He'll be fine. He's got 4 receptions on the day. And finally a flag comes out after both teams just point at each other. 2nd and 5 for the Eagles, and this is what the Eagles can do. They can go on a long drive, time-killing drive. That offensive line, the kind of push that they're able to get. And it looks like the center did kind of move that ball a little bit. Let's see who they called it on. 1st and 15, did call it on the center. Here we go. Under center is Matthew Stafford. And this is going to be oh, my God. I'm sorry. I thought that they were going to blow the whistle dead because it seemed like everyone stopped. But it was a Kyron Williams throw just to the flats, and he ran untouched. But the audio to the Bucks game was on in the background, and I heard the whistle blow, and I totally got thrown off there. So 2nd and 15, and they pick up like 16 yards on the halfback screen. And now in Bengals territory is Matthew Stafford. And this is a big 3rd and 4 right here for the Eagles. And a quick throw, and that's to Devontae Smith, and that's a first down. And that might be the one that pretty much does it. I don't even know. Not sure if Tampa's going to be calling timeouts here. So upcoming schedule for the Eagles, they have the Commanders, then the Rams, who are looking better this year, then at Jets. So 2 of their next 3 games are on the road. Rams and Jets on the road. Commanders at home next week. Then they got the Dolphins at home, and that will probably be 2 undefeated teams. That will be 2 7-0 teams probably by the time the Eagles and Dolphins play. And Hurts is going to keep this one himself and purposely doesn't let himself run out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. 2:27 left. This will go all the way down to the 2-minute warning pending a timeout called by Tampa, which I don't think they will. And over here in Cincinnati, the Rams trying to score on the opening drive of the second half. Moving down pretty good here. 12:33 left in the third. Tie game, 6 apiece. Matthew Stafford looking a lot better this year. I mean, this Rams team in general just looking a lot better. Super Bowl rematch from 2 years ago. Bengals trying to get some revenge. That's what we heard from Bill. No way. No. Shots here. Let's go. Tell her to take a shot with me. Listen to the man. I'm drinking either way. Not going to lie. Oh, Tyler. Shots, boys? No way. Oh, no. No way he's coming to Mike's. Oh. You look nice. Very orange for the Bengals. We're big Bengal fans now. I'm changing teams. I'm a Bengals fan now. Yeah. Because they lost by 70. Sam Hubbard called for the face mask for the Bengals. Zach Taylor's pissed. All right. And they're on the 21-yard line right now, so I won't call it the red zone, but 1st and 10, right outside of the red zone. Our other game in the red zone, the Eagles, hopefully DeAndre Swift. One more garbage time touchdown, please. All right, it's going to be a handoff here, and Kyron Williams picks up 4 or 5 yards, and he gets up, and he's fired up. He's feeling good. You can tell when these running backs get in a zone where they really believe, like, whoa. We just saw a player do something weird. What was that? It looked like he got up and then collapsed. And he just stood back up. Is he dizzy or was he cramping? It's so weird. He's already back up on his feet and standing on the sideline like nothing happened. That was a really awkward situation. I don't even know what to call it. An injury? To be honest, changing teams might be better for your sanity. Oh, that's a good point. Are you giving up on your Giants? Why do none of us have a team that's doing well right now? Giants, Bears, Broncos, and Colts. I mean, none of us are doing well. Intercept. Oh, he dropped the pick. He threw it to Kyron Williams. He got hit. The ball came up. It was an easy catch for Pratt, 57. I think he's the infamous player that had the late hit in the AFC Championship game. And now another costly. I mean, you just got to catch that ball. You got to catch that ball. That is ridiculous. It literally went right into his chest. Oh, my God. He just dropped it. And 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the Eagles game. 4th and 2 coming up. And touchdown, Tyler Higbee. 3rd and... Hold on, the ref's out on the field. Before the snap, timeout. So the Bengals squeak a timeout in. The touchdown doesn't count. Zach Taylor's happy. He won't smile, but he wants to. Right here, you see him at the left side of your screen running out to the ref, saying timeout. Yep. And you know what? The ref had to look at him, and the ball was snapped. So this might have actually been the ref looked at him, blew the whistle. The ball was already snapped. But because he blew the whistle, the play's dead. This could have been a mistake on the ref's part. I would have to rewatch that in a little bit of a slower speed. And here we go. We have 0 running backs in the backfield, empty backfield, shotgun formation. And Matthew Stafford is going to take a sack here on 3rd and 6. So it goes from a touchdown to a sack. And we're going to stay with the field goals here unless Sean McVay wants to try a fake field goal. And our game is going to end in Tampa. This is going to end up being our final score, 25-11 for the Eagles Buccaneers game. So the Eagles move on to 3-0, undefeated. Brett Maher comes on the field for the Rams for his 3rd field goal attempt of the night. This one will be from 42, and this one right down the upright, and the Rams will take a 9-6 lead. And I got a surprise for you guys. You don't see the stream on streaming. All right. And I think they're trying to put the audio on the other TV. Here we go. Sorry, just working a link out right now, trying to get a link on the stream. This beat is very vital. I think it's very vital. You wanna rock or rock? Is to rock or rock or rock or rock or rock or tricky. Are we about to get a Rick appearance? Maybe. Ginger said Colts look the best of the 3. LOL, that's crazy to think right now. Bears have to get rid of Eberflus. I like him, though. Rough situation, Bill. But the Broncos being this bad is probably worse. I had high expectations for Denver this year. Yeah, me too. Me too. All right. So some of the final box scores from earlier today for the Philadelphia Eagles game, because a lot of people were asking questions. The reporters, because I was watching Nick Sirianni's post-press conference or whatever, a lot of him, or the questions directed towards him, are about the Eagles offense. And How come they're not getting that? They're not moving the ball. How come they're not as good as they were last year? And even the Philadelphia Eagles fans in the comment sections were like, would these reporters fucking ease up with the, Eagles offense being bad questions? And look, I kind of agree with them. Like, at the end of the day, you're 3-0. Like, just shut up. You, like, spoiled little brat. You're 3-0. Your offense is fine. You're scoring 25 points. I mean, there's nothing to be complaining about right now. This is a good. Kyle didn't shower today. Fuck it, I'm going live, guys. Dude, I don't know. If your team lost by 50 points, you might not shower either. I mean, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. But for the first time this year, back in the studio, we have my brother Rick.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm back. Let's go.
Good. You look good.
Thank you.
We were just talking about how the Giants,
Yeah.
the Broncos, the Bears, and the Colts, all of our teams, we suck ass.
We said the Broncos, the Bears, the Colts, and who else?
The Bears, Broncos, Colts, Giants.
Giants. Yes, literally all dog shit. All dog shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, we're gonna have to make a friend with like a Bengals fan or something.
Oh my god, fun stuff. Oh, I'm already seeing stuff here in the comments. Ginger, KC, Bill, what's up?
Take the comments. Take the comments.
I can't do the comments for some reason.
All right. Rick, are you real?
KC, to be honest, I don't even know if I'm real. I don't know. The Bears right now are giving me imagination vibes right now, because there's no way they are this bad at football. Like, this has got to be some movie that we're all in about how the Bears are just some ragtag team of second, third, fourth rounders that nobody wanted, and now they are just like terrible. So to answer your question, no idea if I'm real, because I don't know if the Bears are this real.
Dude.
And Kyle's got to feel even worse.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to say this. Like, it's weird to be in week 3,
Yeah,
and to already summarize this entire offseason with 2 words: false hope. The Giants, we're going to do this crazy thing with Jalen Hyatt, and Danny Jones was going to prove that he could be a really good quarterback. And then the Bears, Justin Fields, that team was solid. Like, you went down the roster, and you're like,
Yep.
DJ Moore's going to go off. Justin Fields could be MVP. The Broncos with Sean Payton. The Jets and Aaron Rodgers injured on the 4th play of the game. I mean, it's just like every single franchise had a legitimate reason to believe that this was a year that they were going to turn a page of turn the history, whatever. Like, these are big problems. These aren't like the Bears have had a long quarterback problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
And
it's just, we were going to move past all of this, and fuck, man.
It's not going to happen. The one thing I will say is I don't know if I'm more surprised of the Broncos or more surprised of the Giants for Bill. Because, Bill, I feel like you've been bamboozled just like Bears fans were with Nagy. I don't know what it is about bald coaches with beards, but they are just good for a year, and then they just suck the next few years. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and real quick, when you're talking as the background music, I have no control over it here, so if it's better if I do this.
I see what you're saying.
Or is my noise cancellation doing pretty good?
No, it's pretty good. I wouldn't, it's not, I don't think it's bad on the stream or anything, but Jinja, right now all I got is water, and I will say, Jinja, I thought of you because I knew I knew, Ginger, that I was going to be on this stream, and I was like, shit, I got to get beer because I got to do a chug. And I was thinking of getting the, what do I get? The Rangers. The Rangers, but I didn't have time today, and I'm sorry. But I did think of you, and I will say, like, for the next stream, I will have a beer for your birthday. But for now, all I got is water, so I'm going to do a little chug for water for you. There you go. There's a chug. This whole season has been a movie. 100% it has. Casey, I don't even know, like, this is probably like one of the worst movies of all time, I would say. But it's definitely been a movie. And speaking of movies, 9-6 Rams over the Bengals. Dude, the Bengals have been struggling.
Yeah.
They have been struggling. And I gotta say, like, it's been proven that the Bengals start off slow, but I don't think they've ever been this bad when they've started off slow the last few seasons.
Elaborate on you talking about just like offensively? I'm gonna look up the beginning of their seasons.
Not necessarily offensively, just start the season off slow, I think, in terms of wins, right? Because I think last year they start off this. Yeah, they started off the season losing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? I think it was on a field goal or in overtime too. And, you know, that was kind of one of those things where I was like, oh man, the Bengals, they're having that hangover on the Super Bowl, this and that. It just seemed weird, but it just seems to be a trend, I guess, with Joe Burrow because he doesn't really play the offseason or the preseason, I mean. It was one of those things. And now, I mean, even week 3, they look rough. They look rough.
Yeah, dude, and I'm looking at the box score at halftime. It's 31 pass attempts in the first half. One of the best running backs in Joe Mixon. He ran it 7 times. I mean, right now they're going on an 8-play, 57-yard drive that's gone on for over 4 minutes now. So there's some hope there. But I remember the 2021 season being different, and I mentioned it earlier as Joe Burrow throws this to Jamar Chase for a couple yards. I thought that the Bengals started like 1-4, and then it wasn't until they played Jacksonville around week 4 that they were down, I thought, 21-0 at half and came back and won. I'm looking at it right now. They were actually that year, this is 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl, they were 3-1 after the Jacksonville game. Wow. So, yeah, they even won week 1, and then they lost week 2. They won week 3. So, like, they started off slow, but not losing. Yeah.
And this season is just terrible, dude. It's been
did start
bad.
0-2 last year.
That's true.
They are 0-2 right now, and they got their first win against the New York Jets.
Go Joe, go Joe, yes!
Yeah, and the final score was 27-12 when they got their first win last year.
Yep.
So the final score of today's game will be 27-12.
Ooh, here we go. Kyle with the predictions.
It could be. They got 9. So
I need Joe Mixon to just score at will right now.
Yeah, dude, why you got? I got your fantasy team pulled up right here.
Yep.
Let me take a look.
I'm down 18 right now, and I've got Joe Mixon. I had AJ Brown. He got me 22, which is fine. But Rashad White started off pretty well, but had a fumble, and he only got me 7.2 points. So yeah, that suck.
Yeah, I got 143 right now, but I still have nobody. I'm done.
Kyle's done.
I won.
Oh, then you're fine. You're fine.
Or unless Tyler Higbee and Tudu Atwell and Evan McPherson score like 30 points.
Yeah, you're good.
I think should be all right.
I just want to say real quick after Joe Mixon scored, Ginger Bill, KC, I'm seeing all the comments. Love seeing you. You know, good seeing you back. By the way, Rick, love having Rick back. Like, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Obviously, Kyle I'm pretty sure Kyle has mentioned it, at least for himself. But you know, we were in the Navy. We were in the military together. We'll go more into it when we do our week 3 recap later tonight. Which Kyle, I'm assuming we're still good for that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm just fresh off of a deployment. I'll be a veteran here in a couple weeks, still technically in the military, but that's where I've been these last few months, all of off season, all of preseason of the first couple weeks of the season. I hadn't, and this sucks because like right when I got back, this didn't suck, but we went back to Chicago, for a few days seeing the family and stuff, but I hadn't even really sat down to watch any NFL until this week 3. Starting with Thursday Night Football. I was literally, because we drove to Chicago from Washington, driving back from Washington to Chicago, I had the Giants and the what team did they play? What was Thursday? 49ers game, like playing in the car while I'm driving. It's like 10 p.m. and I'm driving and I'm just like listening to the game and I'm like loving it.
Stream. I was streaming that one.
I know, but so I did, but it kept cutting out. And for some reason, the Amazon was working fine. And I was like, we're in the middle of fucking Utah. How is this like working? But I hadn't really like, Amazon. He's got drones. He's got drones flying over everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really appreciate all the comments, welcoming me back. Again, military deployments. It was going to be tough. Me and Kyle were going to try to work out something to do shows, but working live streams was going to be a little difficult, so I didn't want to take away from the show that Kyle was doing and, possibly not make an episode saying I was, streaming this, doing that. So I really appreciate the patience with everybody. I appreciate you guys coming back, watching Only Football with Kyle, him at a bar, him at the Dolphins game, him at the Jaguars game or whatever you were at.
Delete one of our Dolphin videos. Literally. I was like, next week you're going to be so stoked. I haven't told you this, but I wanted to tell you on air. But I haven't told anyone this on the stream.
Let's go.
There's about a 99% chance that I'm going to be able to interview on this channel the first woman referee in the NFL.
Really? Let's go, Kyle. Fucking making moves for Only Football, baby. Let's go.
But I was imagining, like, if she's like, because, you're not a spokesperson for the NFL, so when it comes to legal stuff, you got to be like, you got to be really careful what you say. Like, that's why you don't see referees doing interviews, right? So it's like, exactly. Just from a business standpoint, I had to take some of the videos down because I'm sure she's going to be like, oh, who are these guys? I don't want I was doing this thing where I was like, I couldn't see what was going on behind me, but it was so loud that I was talking like this with my phone. And the whole time the camera's just like, I'm not even going to say it, but it was bad. My angles were not. I watched it later that day, and I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to get arrested.
Just real quick, Bill, yes, not watching NFL this year probably is best for us as Bears, Broncos, Giants. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, honestly, though, real quick, I was going to say, if you had to pick 3 weeks to, be really busy, and this has been the perfect time because we are kind of still at square one. We don't know who anybody is. Like, the Eagles are winning games, but, we know the 49ers are probably the best team in the NFL. That's what we know. And 49ers are really good.
And let's be real, man. Even, like, I hate to say this, but the Dolphins are a fucking unit. They are so good. It's ridiculous, like, how good they are. Like, well, obviously, I don't want to put too much out there for the episode later, but they are very, very good. Ginger, I'm seeing your comments too. I appreciate you saying that. Thanks for welcoming me back home. I appreciate it. Family's doing really, really well. Saw them in Chicago. Obviously, my wife's here and all my pets are here, so family's doing really well. Hope all is well with you as well, Ginger and Bill and Casey, everybody. I fucking love being back, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it so much.
So do you want to? We can keep you guys updated with the game, but if you want, we can roll right into the games. Or it's up to you. Would you rather do the second half and then do it, or do you want to roll and do it now?
So I was actually going to just, pop in here for a little bit. Wifey and I still got to make some din. So I'm going to make a little bit of pasta, take some time to eat, and then we're going to hop back in here and roll right into it. So if that's cool with you, Kyle.
Have you seen Pineapple Express where he's like, I've been in here trying to get a motherfucking scholarship. I love the guy that's like, he's like, that's not my style. And he goes, you ain't got no style, motherfucker. I just thought of that when you said you're going to cook pasta. I just didn't know how to incorporate it. I want to be like, you ain't no chef, motherfucker.
Oh man, this is what I've missed the most. Is just talking shit with Kyle, Jinja, and everybody else in the comments, just like laughing at us, making more comments. This is what I've missed the most. Like obviously the football is something I've missed a lot, but this is some of the best stuff. Fuck the games. Let's hear Rick. I love it, Jinja. I love it. I can't wait to get beer for you for the next episode. I'm gonna get some Rangers just for you, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, if you gotta cut out for a little bit, I'm gonna keep calling this game, and then just I'll end this stream so everybody knows I'm gonna end. It kind of sucks sometimes because we get some good momentum, and sometimes I'll see 12, 15 people in, and it's kind of like, hey guys, I'm gonna leave and open a new one, and other guys gonna come in. But what do you think? Would you rather just have a fresh stream of our episode, or roll this right into that episode?
Let's do the fresh stream. Let's get the background in. Let's get that only football feel for everyone. And we're gonna get Ginger. We're gonna get everybody back in. I know Bill loves hanging out, doing stuff at home and listening to us and just laughing at us. But yeah, let's do that. We're gonna get a fresh stream. Obviously, Kyle's gonna be here for the rest of the game, I assume. But I will be back, everyone, and we're gonna bring you an amazing episode of Only Football. But I will be back.
When you do come back, you make it and send me the link because all the overlays, my computer deleted. All right, bro.
Got you.
See you in a little bit.
I got you. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys later. Kyle, I'll see you later too.
See you. All right. So Rick, good to have him back, right? Man, that just feels like home. The Bengals just got another turnover, by the way, and they run down the field with 2 fingers up, talking about their second turnover. That was Logan Wilson, and that was his second pick on the night. So Joe Burrow coming back out on the field, trying to make this a 20-9 game. Right now, it's a 4-point lead, and they got 80 yards to go. Burrow's going to throw this one into the ground. There's a flag on the play. Something seems weird here. It looks like there's going to be some kind of holding call on number 87. I don't know if it's going to be on holding Hudson, the tight end. We'll have to see. Ginger said, haha, Danny McBride dribbling the beach ball. I'm out here trying to get a motherfucking scholarship. What happened to your mouth? Is that herpes? No, I busted my lip and I started to cry a little bit. I love that movie, man. One of my favorite parts is when they go camping in the woods that first night, and he goes, and he starts running, and then he gets in the car. And they don't know what they're running from, but Seth Rogen's running because fucking the other dude's running. Can't remember. It's Seth, I think his name is in the movie. No, Seth is Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen plays his own name in that movie. Anyway, he runs into the car, and then it turns out that he wasn't running from everything. He's like, I thought I heard something. He's like, you didn't hear anything, man. And then when they wake up and the battery's dead, Burrow throwing downfield. Jamar Chase is wide open, makes one move, almost makes a man miss and gets off. That's like a 40-yard gain, and Jamar Chase is really starting to feel himself out here. And that's kind of the secret ingredient to getting this offense going again. But anyway, they wake up and they try to start the car, and he's like, come on, man, let's go. I'm done with the woods. And he's like, I can't. The battery's dead. He's like, what do you mean the battery's dead? He's like, I don't know how else to say it. The battery's dead. It ceased to live. And he goes, oh, man, talk radio? Your car committed suicide. Because he hates talk radio. It's just such a good movie. So the Bengals driving down, 4 minutes left in the third. Shotgun for Burrow and a quick throw to Jamar Chase. And this one is going to go for 2 yards and go out of bounds. Second down. And it's been a pretty low-scoring game, and Jamar Chase has to get broken up with the refs, exchanging words, wanting to fight. 1 in 6 on targets traveling 15-plus yards downfield. So only one completion over 15 yards downfield, 6 attempts. So Jamar Chase has been able to get a lot of these short yardage receptions, but we haven't really seen him downfield getting those big chunk plays. So the Rams defensively doing a good job of maintaining Chase. And, oh, my God, T. Higgins dropped it again. And I benched him. It feels great to watch a bench player just keep dropping the ball. Oh, man. Chef? Chef. All he's got to do is boil water. Yeah, but you can't underestimate, how hard that is for Rick. Just kidding. Oh, man. 3rd and 8, 3:20 left in the third. 10 seconds on the play clock. 4 for 11 on third downs today, and their average yardage to go is 10.5 yards. So we talked about how good the Bengals were at first and second down. Not tonight. And Burrow tries to avoid the pressure, and then he throws a ball. Ooh, he's limping a little bit here. Now, he had a calf strain coming into the game, and he was questionable. And let's see if there's anything noticeable. Ooh, it looks like he got tripped up a little bit by his own offensive lineman. And now they're going to set up for what looks like a 51-yard field goal. 48. And, it's off the upright and it's in. 16-9. The Bengals take a 7-point lead. Franco tries to throw, smashes his phone on the rocks, and Franco tries to throw his phone off a tree. Convince Rogan he had to smash it or they would track them. That's right. He's like, satellites. And then they hear like that alien space music in the background. And he's like, space, leprechauns, dinosaurs. And then he goes, it kind of freaks me out when you say random things like that. And then he's like, thanks. And then he's like, not a compliment. They do such a good movie of just portraying that lifestyle so well. He doinked it. He doinked it. The antonym of how the Bears doink it is how they doinked it. But they doinked it in. Who's the kicker for the Cowboys? Brett Mayer, who kept doinking it in a bad way. All right, so we're still at the halftime or the commercial break right here after the made field goal that it's turned this into a 7-point lead for the Cincinnati Bengals. And let's check on Rick's team. Let's cheer for Rick's situation. Right now, Rick's projected 135 points. The guy he's playing has 148 points. So he needs 18 points. And the only player he has is Joe Mixon. It's the only way that's going to happen is if he has a 100-yard touchdown. That's what he needs. 100 more rushing yards and a touchdown. So he's going to have to, maybe he can get away with only 50 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. But Joe Mixon needs to get in the end zone multiple times. He's already been in once. He's going to need like 3 total touchdowns in order for Rick to win this. So we'll keep an eye on that as the game plays out. So we had one guy score 170 points, something like that, 185. He had Patrick Mahomes, who had 25, Pacheco, who had 16, Raheem Mostert had 45. Man, I dropped Raheem Mostert. I would have never. I wouldn't have wanted to play somebody playing my team, though. All right, the Bengals kicking it off right now. And this one is going to be another fair catch because it's a dumb roll. Then he had Keenan Allen, who had 45 points. He had 18 catches, over 200 yards, and a passing touchdown. Oh, wow. So he had 2 players that had 90 points combined. Insane. George Kittle, 16 points. Jacoby Myers had 15 and a half. Terry McLaurin, only 10. Commanders defense, 0. I've been rolling with the Ravens defense this year, and it's paid off. It's not great, but it's not bad. Heat-seeking missiles. That is what he says. Kyron Williams with a 9-yard run. 2nd and 1 coming up. And I don't really expect what was the final score of the Super Bowl? I think it was like 23-20. Bengals Super Bowl. Bengals Super Bowl. And here we go. In the Bengals Super Bowl, February 13, 2022, it was 20-23. We nailed that. Looks like it might be a similar final score, maybe a few more points on both ends, but Matthew Stafford hands it off to Kyron Williams, and Kyron Williams has been he's played a really huge role in this offense. He's the guy. He's playing every snap, and that's part of the advantage of having young players like these rookie running backs. You draft them and you plug them in, is that they can play every single offensive snap if they're good at pass protection. I'm not really seeing Kyron Williams running off the field on 3rd downs. So, yeah, here he is on another 3rd and 2, staying on the field. Matthew Stafford pointing out which linebacker's blitzing. Let's see if he can pick it up. And he runs out for a route instead. And Stafford throws it complete for a 1st down. And there's a flag on the play. It looked like it might have been a pre-snap penalty. I didn't see the flag get thrown, but there was something weird. It was almost like as the ball was being snapped, some of the players weren't even. No, there was just a slow reactive play. It's a face mask on the offense. Legal hands to the face, maybe. Let's see what. Looks like they called a face mask on their own offensive lineman. Let's take a look at it. He's just like holding on to his helmet. I don't know. Personal foul. I'm not sure about that one. All right. Only a minute 47 left in the 3rd quarter. Bengals trying to get back to their winning ways. The Rams, statistically, the worst team following a Super Bowl win was last year, trying to prove that they themselves are turning the page. Who is going to end up winning this game? Stafford in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams is going to run it to the 23-yard line. And they're just going to punt the ball here. Very conservative play there. And Hubbard makes the tackle. Hubbard got famous from the Ravens playoff game when he returned a 99-yard fumble return. And Sean McVay just hands this ball off and lives for another series. And with less than 50 seconds left, this ball is going to be punted back to the hands of the Bengals. Punt gets away cleanly, and it's going to be returned from the 18 down to the 25, down to the 30, all the way to the 33-ish, maybe somewhere around there. Pretty nice return right there for Cincinnati. And Jamar Chase, he's been all over this game. I mean, he's been in the slot. We've seen him lined up on the outside. We've seen him line up as a running back, and then audible or run out, like pre-snap formation stuff. They're trying to use him, a lot today. He's got the most receptions he's ever had in a game, and it's not even the fourth quarter. He's got 11 catches, and they're going to hand this one off to Joe Mixon, who goes up and punishes the defense for 4 yards. Mixon, a really strong runner that makes you really have to bring it if you want to stop him. And then, all right, so here we go. I don't know if this is going to get snapped or not. 2nd and 6, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Looks like Burrow wants to snap this. Maybe they'll just try to get him to jump. 3, 2, 1, and then they're not going to snap it. So Cincinnati tries to get him to jump off sides. The Rams are disciplined. Fourth quarter, we swap fields, and the Bengals holding on to a 7-point lead with the ball when we come back to start the fourth quarter. So, yeah, I never knew that Chase has never had 11 catches in a game, right? That just really, really, really blows my mind a little bit. So, I'm trying to see how many points he has right now. Jamar Chase. Chase. What the heck? Is Jamar Chase not starting? I think somebody in our league, I don't know if I'm just not seeing him. All right, Chase. Come on. I'm just going to use my phone. Oh, you know what? I think they benched him. They probably benched Chase. Yep, Chase benched. Wow, the guy I'm playing has him benched. He put Tyler Higbee or Atwell in instead of Jamar Chase. What a terrible, terrible move. I don't understand that. I mean, as soon as it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm gonna play Mike Evans instead of T. Higgins, but it's almost a certainty that when the Bengals do get going, it was going to be Jamar Chase that had the big day. I mean, he simply has too much talent to bench. I'm even going to say if Joe Burrow didn't play this game, I'm still playing Jamar Chase. Like that, you just don't bench someone like that. Ever. But I'm glad it's the guy I'm playing that did it. 2nd and 6, shotgun formation back from the commercial. Handoff to Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon slices up the middle for first down, and they keep pushing forward. Offensive lineman pushing. Whistle finally blows after a first down. And you say, well, that's good since we just talked about the Puka guy having a lot of catches. I wonder how he's doing. I wonder if he's starting. Let's see who's got him. Puka. Dancing in the moonlight. Who's got him? Right now, he's only got 7.5 points. chew you out. Yep, here he is. He's actually starting in this game. So he's not on the bench. 7.5 points so far. Joe Burrow trying to look in the direction of Mixon. Throws not a great pass. Almost comes down with one hand, but it wouldn't have been a gain of anything. Rick, though, needing every point he can get. Give a stoner a chance to quote Pineapple Express, and we take full advantage. Heat-seeking missiles. Bill, have you seen Pineapple Express? 3rd and 9. The Bengals trying to add to a 7-point lead. Still in their own territory on the 40-yard line. Big 3rd and 9 right here. And the Rams are sending pressure. Tyler Boyd comes up with a very clutch catch and run on a slant. He caught it 4 yards shy of the first down. And even going through contact was able to pick up the first down. And that's why I say Tyler Boyd, he's the best wide receiver 3 in the league. Clean, crisp route, good hands, puts his head down after the catch, knows where the sticks are at, maybe even a face mask grab a little bit. And Tyler Boyd tonight has been targeted 7 times, 5 catches, 40 yards, 7.5 average per catch. Mixon on the handoff, he's going to gain a couple. And now the Bengals, not only are they going to look to make this a 2-possession game, but do it in a way where, Aaron Donald, slow to get up and immediately goes for the sideline. Best defensive player in the NFL. Maybe Micah Parsons taking that spot. But he has to walk off the field. So, I mean, he does so much. It's like you might be thinking, well, they should definitely pass it since they'll have more time if Aaron Donald's on it. And then you might be thinking, well, they should run it since Aaron Donald's on it. Like, it's just a different team without him. And it looked like he threw it too low. Joe Burrow just has a couple bad passes today. His tight end right there, I know he's trying to throw this in a way to avoid it getting, broken up. But he just threw a bad ball here. Oh, it was tipped. Looks like it was tipped. So I take it back. It was tipped a little bit. 3rd and 8, 11:59. All right. Burrow looking, throws it. Higbee gets it on 3rd and 8. He gets 7.5 on the 40-yard line now. This would be a 57, 58-yard field goal. You got McPherson missing one earlier. 4th and 1. This is the spot of the field that you will go for it if you don't have Justin Tucker or the confidence in your kicker after he missed a far field goal earlier. You could make an argument for kicking it or going for it. For Zach Taylor, he's going for it. 4th and 1, Aaron Donald back out on the field for the Rams. Great sign for Rams Nation. And Burrow's going to hand this one off to Mixon. And Mixon, he gets it. It looked like he was going to be stuffed, and he spun and was able to pick up a couple yards after the spin. That's just all Joe Mixon. What a great run there. I mean, and you got to think, too, you're running the ball, you need half a yard, but you do it from shotgun. So you really need 1.5 yards instead of a half yard, because by the time Mixon gets it, he's a full yard behind the line of scrimmage. The thinking is you keep defenses honest in the passing game. You make the linebackers play a little bit deeper, and you give the running back a running start to get to that line of scrimmage. But it is a little risky. This time, Burrow's going to throw it, and that is intercepted. It's intercepted. It looked like it was completed, and then Witherspoon, number 44 for the Rams, comes up with the ball. I don't even know if this one's on Joe Burrow. It looks like this is just a case of strong hands for Witherspoon. I got to take a look at it. It looked like he might have ripped it from, I don't even know who was the intended receiver. I think it might have been Tyler Boyd. And Burrow already on the sideline with the tablet. This ball was intended for Tyler Boyd, and just ripped it out there. He kind of had both receiver and corner had one hand on it, and Witherspoon was able to come down with it. And Jen, just she tip a little bit. And now we have a Truly commercial on the TV. They're opening the Truly play-by-play on the commercials, CBS commercial. And we got Steve jumping in. What is up, Steve? Steve, it might be your upper lip. I would just hear me out. Go like this. Smell your finger. What we should have is a pool tournament. Bengals receive. They're the best in the NFL. Aaron believes that the Bengals wide receivers need a lot of work. She's mad. I told you we're Bengal fans now. Steve, get a whiff. What's up, brother? Good to have you in here, Steve. We had Rick in here not too long ago. He'll be back in a little bit. We got Toy Story Fun Day football coming up in London next week with the Jags and Bills. I don't know. I think that was next week. I haven't moved on to week 4. I know the Packers play the Lions Thursday. I know Broncos play the Bears, but it's about as far as it goes right now. All right, Stafford throwing downfield, and he's got a receiver. He was looking over his right shoulder. It was thrown over his left shoulder. Looked like he had a chance to bring this down, but just miscommunication. Dude. One ball. Still going bad on anyway. 305 total yards for the Bengals. The real problem with the Rams is they're 0 for 7 on third down. They haven't converted a third down tonight. That's why they have 9 points. Well, it starts with converting on second down, and it's 2nd and 10. Let's see what they do here. And they take a sack, and now there you go. You're not going to convert third down again, most likely, because now it's 3rd and 16. The whole idea of being able to convert on third down, we talked about it earlier, was having a positive plan first down and a positive plan second down. It's so funny how simple this sport is when you really think about it. That's why I will never be mad at a 3-yard run. If a run goes for 3 yards, to me, that's a very positive play on first down. Because once it's 3rd and 18, right? And the Bengals have 4 sacks on the night. Rams only have 2. Now you got to go deep. What do you do here? Try to set up a screen. Matthew Stafford rolling out. He's got a little bit of time. And then now he's going to be sacked, and he throws it off to the running back, and he caught it. And the running back stays on his feet. Oh, he's down a yard short. Matthew Stafford keeps the play alive. It looked like he didn't even catch it for a second. Kyron Williams, it looked like the ball might have hit the ground, but it also looked like he caught it. Now he's reacting to the Jumbotron. Let's take a look at if his knee was down as well, because Stafford throws this as he's going down. And wait, is his knee down there or is it up? Is it all the way down or is his leg? Yeah, they're gonna roll that down. So that's gonna turn into another sack, and this might be an expedited review. We know the NFL is doing those this year. And KC telling us what the score is. Yes, 16-9. Very good. All right, so here we go. Punting is Evan standing in the back of the end zone, and he gets it off cleanly. This is going to be caught at the 42-yard line, and the return is going to be pretty solid here. They're going to start this drive in Rams territory. Joe Burrow running out of excuses to not get more points, right? You got the field position thing going for you right now. You're starting your drive in Rams territory. Anything less than 3 here, you start really, I mean, if you don't come away with at least 3 here, there's going to be a lot of talk about what's wrong with the Bengals offense tomorrow morning. You go down and score a touchdown right here, then guess what? No one's going to be talking about anything. The Bengals come down and score. It's funny how just one drive can change entire narratives the following morning. Oh, thank you. This one. Thank you. All right. So, not much time left in this one. Bengals trying to make it a 2-possession game, looking like they're going to win. ESPN will do this thing where they tell you what the percentage of each team winning is as the game goes on. With the Bengals being up 1 possession and now having the ball in Rams territory, with time being a factor, I'm curious to see what the percentage is. Right now, the Bengals win percentage is at 92.3. Now would be a great time to put a $5 bet in on the Rams. Because if the Rams get a friggin' interception, we've seen a lot of turnovers today, or if the Bengals give up a sack, then they're out of field goal range, then they punt it. Now all of a sudden that number comes down from 92 to like 68, 70% chance for the Bengals win. And then if the Rams score, then it's like 50-50. That's actually my favorite. I'm not in a state where I can legally place a bet, but if I were and I did, this is how I would do it. I would wait for these moments in the games, and I would put money in on the team that's, the odds are stacked against them. Because at the end of the day, it's a 7-point game. I understand the Bengals have the ball, but, little bit can get you a lot. Remember when we put money on the Colts, or when we put money on the Vikings to come back against the Colts in Thanksgiving last year? We won a ton of money. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, and the first play for the Bengals is a negative rush. So, yeah, look at that. That one play took them down from 96% winning to 88% winning. So that just shows you how important it is to get that timing right. Steve said, Kyle's cooring that beer down. Coors is so bad, Kyle. It gives me the Dordew missiles when I drink it. And Jamar Chase catches another one. He's already had an all-time great day today, not with yards, but with catches. And then Steve said, my dad and uncle both drank Coors back when they were younger. Yeah, I've always loved Coors. I like that the mountains turn blue. I like that it doesn't have a very just like the cheap beer taste. To me, Coors Light doesn't really have that. And it's brewed in Golden, Colorado. So it's kind of like drinking Denver Broncos beer. 3rd and 5 right here. Shotgun. This is a huge third down right here. Rams sending pressure, and this is going to be thrown out of bounds, and they're going to have to punt it. And the Rams get off the field. And now all of a sudden, the Bengals have an 89% chance of winning the game. How did it get higher? How did it go up after that play? And here we go, 54-yard field goal for Evan McPherson. He's missed one earlier. He's made one. This one is on its way, and it's good. And it looked like it would have been good from 61 or 62. So now 9-19, plenty of time, especially both teams holding on to 2 timeouts either. There's a sign that says next president, Trump X, Biden X, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. Honestly, maybe. So a 10-point game with 7 left in it. And then Ginger said, Coors just gives me the rot guts. I switched to Rangers and haven't had any gut problems. Coors messes my stomach up like the water off the Rockies are supremely overrated. You know, I've actually been to their brewery, and the Rocky Mountain water actually runs right through the brewery. It's actually really cool. Aaron's actually about to head out, so I'm going to say bye to her real quick. I know. I'm excited to road trip tomorrow. Time to hit the road again. Love you. All right. Our last night in Miami. Sad that it. Ooh, no flag on the play. 1st and 10 went deep, and thought it might have been a flag. It runs off the Rocky straight through me. Don't believe him, Ginger. Kyle ain't never met no Frank Sinatra. What does that even mean? Picks up Rocky Mountain minerals along the way. All right. All right. 2nd and 10. And wow, the defense has been really good for the Bengals, and this is a really good defense, man. It's a really good defense, and what a great game for this defense to stand up. I mean, you only got 19 points offensively. You got Jamar Chase having a big game, but it's still like nothing downfield is really open. But your offense can, be comfortable with 19 points. Like, I mean, that's a good defense. When you got 19 points with 7 minutes left in the game and you feel comfortable because you have a 2-possession lead, your defense is getting the game ball. If they could get one more touchdown, it would be a much more complete game. They send, wow. Okay, they blew this one dead. And I think this is going to be false start. All right. So 7:05 left. Bengal fans are starting to get pretty rowdy here for this third down. This would essentially end the game if they can stop them on third down, force them to punt it. Puka 4 receptions, 35 yards. Let's see if he gets involved here. He's been their biggest playmaker on offense with Cooper Kupp out. It's third down. Time for your best players to step up. Stafford looking that way and has to take a sack. A flag comes out on the play, and they hit him with this. We haven't seen this one in a while. In other words, slurp on these testes. Oh, God. I love this group of people that we got. This is a good group. Holding, offense. Holding, defense. Those penalties offset, repeat third down. So if you're a Rams fan, you get a second chance. And for this Bengals defense, the way it feels right now is they're just excited that they get another chance to get another sack. There's definitely a lot of grabbing there, and that was on Puka. And that's probably where that ball was going to go. So that holding penalty definitely prevented that play from unfolding the way it was supposed to. So that's a great call by the ref. 3rd and 10. Let's see if they go to Puka here. I think they will. All right. And this time they're going to throw it short, and they were trying to give one of their wide receivers a chance to, make a play in space. But to me, the play that they just ran, you only run that play if you were going to go for it on 4th. But I think in Sean McVay's head, he was going to pick up 8 of the 9 yards on that play. Instead, he only picks up 5 yards. And now they're going to have to punt it. So, time is very important here, but you're on the 30-yard line. You have to punt it, Ooh, this one almost gets blocked. This is going to be fair caught at the 24-yard line. So 24-yard line. Tonight, Joe Burrow's having a pretty, okay game. You got to keep in mind, we kind of tend to, as fans, be like, if he's playing, he's healthy, right? If he's not, he's not. And one of the things that Netflix quarterback series taught us is how banged up these players are when they're playing. Now, Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the NFL, third, whatever, it's debatable, but he's not going to, he's not going to get a pass. But let's just keep in mind that if he almost didn't play, that he is injured, and maybe he can't plant his foot. And maybe that's why you're seeing some inaccuracy. Just something to keep in mind. All right, this time Joe Mixon is going to get swallowed whole. 2 years or two years behind the line of scrimmage. Sorry, in the kitchen getting refill number 2, and the wife is making fried rice. She wanted me to try it. That sounds amazing. These ball song references are top tier, Accepted killed it with the balls to the wall. I wonder, did they have a celebration of life for the Broncos today after that ass beating? Asking for a friend. No, because they weren't at home. And plus, on top of that, the celebration for life would have been yesterday. Well, if it was a funeral, I think it's normally like 4 days after death. But this would have been a cremation, so I guess it could really happen at any time. Because Denver got burnt on defense on every play of the game. So this was a cremation, celebration of life. 2nd and 17. Joe Burrow is going to hand it off to Mixon. No surprise there, and it's going to go for -1 yards again. That brings up 3rd and 18. Now, the Bengals or the Rams doing exactly what they need to do to get this ball back in Matthew Stafford's hand. But eventually, they're going to need some kind of big play. So this is a 3rd down. I mean, you have to get off the field here. You have to get off the field here. And you got to have a great play design ready to go immediately. Third and 18, Joe Burrow snaps the ball. It's going to be another handoff. Predictable. They don't care. Time's got to come off. This will take it all the way down to around 3 minutes and 40 seconds at the snap. You got to think that the goal here for the Rams, with only one timeout, is to score a touchdown before the 2-minute warning. So the 2-minute warning can act as a timeout. They have one more timeout. Then the most that they could take off would be around 40 seconds. That would take it down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. And then they would have the ball with no timeouts in 1 minute to get in field goal range to tie the game. But in order to do that, they're going to need to score their touchdown in 1 minute and 40 seconds because that's how much time is going to be left before the 2-minute warning. And the ball is snapped at 3:40, so we got that perfect. And this is going to be fair caught at the 41-yard line. So essentially, you have 1 minute and 33 seconds, got to be before the 2-minute warning, to get 59 yards. Uncle's Ben's Rice. Actually, when I worked in the boxing factory in Colorado, I actually I worked in a printing factory, boxing factory. We made the boxes that products go in. So I would make like 200,000 Uncle Ben's empty cases, and then we'd ship them off to where the factories are. All right, Stafford throwing this one. This is Higbee again, and Higbee picks up the first down, and they go into Bengals territory, moving with a sense of urgency. They got about 1 minute and 20 before the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10, Stafford calling the play from the line, and you know that they already had their plays set up. All right, shotgun, everyone's set, ball snapped. Stafford looking, has to throw this one. Oh no! Why would he do that? Why wouldn't he get out of bounds? Okay, they got lucky. They're calling a horse collar. They're calling a horse collar on Taylor Britt, and the other umpires run over to have a little tiny conference to see what the call is going to be right here. And it looks like he just pulled him by the jersey and not the horse collar. It looks like the ref is saying that there's no flag. And now here's my conspiracy, all right? My conspiracy is that the refs run over to have a conference, but really in their earpiece, they're just giving New York a time to look at it slowly and tell them. They're pretending to talk while New York is like, no, that's not it, right? I think there's a lot of that going on, and we just don't see it or hear it. All right, 2nd and 3, 2:54 left when it was snapped. Stafford looking deep, taking a shot all the way downfield, and it looked like he had Jefferson. Man. I don't know if this ball was thrown a little too far. It looked like maybe it was just outside the reach, but that's unfortunate. That's the play that they needed right there. Score a touchdown with 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Well, half of it happened. There's 2 minutes and 49 seconds. 3rd and 3. And the Rams snap it pretty quick. No clock stopped, so I was pretty surprised to see. Oh, my gosh. It looked like he caught it for the first down, but then the ball comes out at the end. 4th and 3. Steve smelling his own farts. I mean, and then just Steve crushing it. Steve, you've had an interesting career path. Oh, shit. All right, 4th and 3. This is the game. Stafford snaps the ball. They're only sending 3. Stafford steps up into the pocket. He's going to use his own legs and then slide down. 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Not a ton of time. You got to set this ball. You got to snap it. Come on. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. McVay's trying to call a play. 228, 227, 226, 225. You got to go. You got to snap the ball. They just got set right here at 222. It's snapped. Stafford steps up and takes a sack by Chuba Hubbard, captain of the Bengals and the captain of the defense. And that's going to take it down to the 2-minute warning. Maybe they can get the snap off before. Maybe 204, 203, 202, 201, and they can't even get the fucking snap off. Unbelievable. You just spent 42 seconds on 2 plays. That's just ridiculous. No, Kyle, no shit. Just once. Big difference. No shit. Steve doesn't take shit. Steve has had a wild adventure, that's for sure. Ginger, what are you doing a shot of? What are you doing a shot of, Ginger? And we got about 2 more minutes until we roll right into Kyle and Rick's division prediction. No, not division prediction. Super Bowl predict. No, not that. No, our week 2 recap. No. Week 3 recap. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh, man. So pumped up for that. Too bad about Chargers Mike Williams. I'm telling you, either Mike Williams or Keenan Allen are hurt every single year. Every year. That's how it seems to me. So I've just never been like a huge fan. I remember we got into a debate about it on this thing. We were like, "Oh, Mike Williams you would rather have this guy than Mike Williams?" Or, "Oh, I said I'd rather have Eckler than Mike Williams." And you guys were like, "That's crazy." I'm like, he doesn't even stay healthy. It's like, to me, it's so annoying. And being a Broncos fan, just being hit by this injury bug at the wide receiver position. It's like, what's so cool about having a capable roster if they're not healthy? Like Justin Simmons, are one of the best safeties in the NFL. He wasn't even on the field Sunday, and he used to never get hurt. And as he gets older, like he's like out, and you're like, what's going on? It's like a groin injury. It's just like some of these players, man, they're so fragile, and there's just other players that they play the game hard, rough. They are very instinctive, and they don't get injured. And then you see sometimes once players get injured, they're not as instinctive. They think about what they're doing more, and they get hurt even more. I mean, it's a real superpower to stay healthy in this game. And, part of having a team is getting the right roster together. Stafford takes a shot to the end zone, wide open. He goes down at the 1-yard line. He went down at the 2-yard line. Stafford, it looks like if he could have threw that a little better, that was Nuka Puka, and it looked like he could have scored right there. So they're going to have to run down. They do have one timeout. They're going to have to do something cool here. They're going to need to score. 1:35 at the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Kyron Williams, and that wouldn't be the move. If I were running it, I would have pitched it. Come on. You got to get back to the line. They won't even get off of him. Get up. Move. Holy shit, dude. I get it. You didn't get the touchdown, but just to lay there for an extra 10 seconds, where's the sense of urgency? All right, Stafford looking, trying to throw it. Can't find anything and has to throw this one into the dirt. And now we're at 1 minute and 6 seconds. Just like that. Like, we just went to the 2-minute warning. That's ridiculous. Steve, real shit. My first job was at a sewage treatment plant. Hypershin by LAX. If you ever fly out of LAX, it's on the left side of the plane where you take off. It's huge. Still give me Eckler over Williams. I agree. And Steve telling me that I'm being racist. I just don't know how. Okay. A quick throw and touchdown. Rams scored the touchdown. So the Rams scored the touchdown. Probably the people going for the over-under are probably happy about that. But I don't know if that's going to cut it. The extra point, this is monster. But let's be clear. This game is already down to an onside kick. If they have a minute and 3 seconds. So first down, the Bengals run it or knee it. Okay, and they call their last time out. Second down, they take 40 seconds off the clock. Now there's 23 seconds in the game. And then third down, you take one more knee, no timeout. Game ends on third down. This game is only 3 plays away from being over, and the Rams have only one timeout. That's why this game is 3 plays away from being over. So, unfortunately, because there's no sense of urgency on the players' part, they weren't running out of bounds. They weren't running, they weren't getting up. They weren't. They just. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why. It's just like the situational football stuff drives me insane. Like, you've been playing football your whole entire life up to this point. High school, college, and the NFL. And you run the ball and you're short of the first down. How is your thinking not like trying to jump up as soon as you can and respot the ball and get lined up and try to get the other team go? Like, how is that not to just lay there for an extra 15 seconds and wait for, like, I mean, I don't know if they don't think the clock's running, but that's just, to me, not good enough. So there's going to be a charge timeout here on the Bengals as they prepare for this onside kick here. And then Bill saying overtime ? Potentially. A perfect example of people getting injured and not playing the same as Shaq Leonard for my Colts. He looks like a shell of himself. The term Steve is looking for is ableist. I like your style, Steve L. Can't say shit these days. We're all thinking it, but none of us can say it. Literally. Hey, the local weather woman is in the room. .103 left as they line up for this, and this is an interesting. Oh, the Bengals recover it, and that's going to end the game. Bengals recover the onside kick. It's going to end it right there. So the Bengals take the 3-point win. Sounds like ableist. Okay, ableist. I want a word of the day from Bill every time we go live from now on. Word of the day. Maybe even like the origin of the word. I don't know. I don't. It's going to turn into its own segment. There you go. I can do it. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to order a shot. I'm going to close this stream, and I'm going to open a brand new stream because me and Rick are going to go through the games. Joe Burrow, 49 passes on the day. Now, remember, he had 31 at halftime. So I do like that they started running the football, and they did look like a better football team in the second half. Defensively, it's going to be the shocking story of the NFL. It's not surprising. The Bengals defense was going to be really good this year. Remember, I say the Bengals and the Dolphins, the only two teams with the top 5 offense and defense. Right now, the Bengals offense is not top 5. but don't expect them to stay on, underneath top 5 for too much longer. And Bill, he's saying I'm not good on word. Oh, shut up! I'm kidding. He says he's not good at words while using words that I can't read. See, you got a bonus word just now. You're. It's not about you being the best. It's about you being the best in the room, and you're the best in the room. You're too damn smart, Bill. All right, so I'm gonna close this. Why is it streaky? I don't like that the lights are streaky. Wow, that's better. It's a lot better. I wish I didn't do that at the very end, but at least we'll have it in the beginning of the next live stream. Be ready. We are going live. The final score just populated, 16-19. Thank you guys for tuning into this doubleheader edition of Monday Night Football, and stay tuned to see me and Rick go through. And Steve said I'll get my bourbon out for the shot, and Bill is gonna do a shot as well, and Ginger's gonna do a shot as well. I'm gonna order my shot, and I'm gonna keep it on the table. I'm not doing it until Rick comes on, and we're gonna dedicate this shot to him. Don't tell him, all right? Let's just as soon as I'm like, hey Rick, oh, we got a shot. I want you guys all in the comments to go, I got my shot. If you don't have a shot, just pretend you do. All right. And I will see you guys in 3 to 5 minutes. All right. As KC said it first, I'll see you in a minute. See you.